Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. Sorry it took me so long to get ready and get active on the camera. I was doing all the social media stuff, getting everything ready for the stream tonight. Tonight we have a double shot. We get Dynamite and AEW Rampage tonight on TBS. So should be a lot of fun. Also, there's a new episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast that I'll be plugging throughout the stream tonight, and you can also do so yourself by hitting exclamation point new EP in the chat, and that will get you a link to the newest podcast episode. Let me know if. Okay, thank you. I was just gonna say, uh, let me know if the um, microphone is too low. I lowered it down because in the TikToks and stuff, the audio from my microphone is a little louder for some reason. So I thought it was me on my end, so that's why I lowered the microphone. But I guess I just have to lower the audio a little bit when I post videos on like TikTok and stuff like that because I have an annoying voice and equally annoying laugh as well. But again, like I said, a new episode of the Ringside Rundown is out. You can check it out yourself by hitting exclamation point new EP in the chat, and that will get you a link to the podcast. It's available on a bunch of different platforms, all the big ones and a bunch of the small ones. Also available on YouTube. Our YouTube page is going crazy. Try it now. I turned it up a little bit more, and let me know. So yeah, like I said, I changed the audio a little bit on the microphone because the TikToks and all that stuff, the audio on my end was a little bit louder. Stayed still too low. Yeah, I guess I gotta turn it up and just let it turn down when I do the videos and stuff like that. Change the audio. I don't know why all of a sudden it got very low. I moved it a little bit and now it's too low. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for tonight's Dynamite and Rampage. Dynamite's the big show. Samoa Joe is returning, and he's going to be facing Isaiah Cassidy. A whole bunch of other stuff is going to happen. We're going to find out who the new authority figure for AEW is going to be since Tony Khan has been disposed of by the elite. I'm still trying to figure out this audio situation. I don't. It should be loud enough by now because I'm hitting the yellow. So if it's definitely not loud enough, it might be something on your end. But Tony Khan is indisposed, so he can no longer do his duties as AEW CEO, head of creative, booker, whatever you want to call it. And so there's going to be a new authority figure. I'm guessing they're just going to use Kenny Omega, but there might be something different that they have in mind. They're going to use somebody else. It could be. It could be a swerve. It could be a surprise. But I think safe bet to say they're going to be using Kenny Omega. So that's going to be interesting. I want to see how if Swerve is going to be. I believe Swerve's going to be on the show. He should be on the show. He's the new AEW world champion, so I believe he'll be on the show. But I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with Will Ospreay. We're going to see some Okada, maybe. I don't know, a whole bag. And plus, not only that, but we get a bonus episode of AEW Rampage right after Dynamite. I think they should just say, when these things happen, we're going to go with a 3 hour Dynamite or it's a 3 hour collision, episode like that. Like, they don't need to double block it because, the deal, it just, that's just me. But I am excited. AEW is kind of like, it's different from WWE nights because WWE nights, you really have to pay attention for the entertainment value. With AEW, you pay attention for the wrestling value. So two different shows, two different vibes, but I'm equally excited for both. I'm excited for Dynamite and Rampage tonight. Like I said, there's a new episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. You can get a link to the episode by hitting new EP exclamation point new EP in the chat. That'll bring you up a link. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, it'll bring you up with a link to the Spotify. We got links for social media. We're on crazy amounts of social media these days. We went from just being on Twitter and Instagram to being on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So we got a lot of stuff going on, and we also have some new merch in available basically for you to purchase if you would like to rock some Ringside Rundown merchandise. We are 5 minutes away from AEW Dynamite kicking off this double block of AEW programming. Right now, I got Big Bang Theory on mute. I don't know how anybody can watch Big Bang Theory voluntarily, but they do apparently, enough for them to get on syndication. So yeah, I'm excited for some wrestling tonight. I'm excited to see if we can get more clips out because the clips are doing very well thanks to people like you. If you're watching the stream right now, the stream is available obviously VOD on Twitch, but it'll also be available on YouTube as well. You know, when I get up to do the uploading of the VOD, sometimes I can get a little lazy, or I spend a lot of time. I've been spending a lot more time making the clips for like the YouTube shorts, which are doing extremely well. The TikTok and stuff like that, the Instagram reels. I spend a crazy amount of time doing that stuff. I mean, first time I did it, first clip that went up was like a 13-second clip that took me 2.5 to almost 3 hours to do. It was crazy just to sync up the audio. So I'm still learning the little tricks and things to do the whole content creation deal, but I'm getting better at it. The YouTube is taking off, surprisingly, thanks to the shorts. But we still have all current episodes from episode 110 to now available on the YouTube page, plus podcast highlights, so you can get bits of the important stuff that we talked about on the show, plus some fun shorts from the live streams that we do here when we watch wrestling. So we're expanding the content. Everything is going great. I can't be happier than the way things are going right now. And I'm just really diving in head first into everything, into making this stuff happen. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So again, if you're in chat or if you're watching this VOD and you get to this point, if you want to drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all the usual stuff that they tell you to do on these YouTube videos and these VODs and all that other good stuff. I don't know. I'm still new at this. I think this is like stream number 4, something like that. It's still pretty brand new, but we're getting there. We're moving along. We're doing our thing. Just want to hurry up and get to the wrestling. Can't wait for that. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Swerve. Again, I'm excited to see how Samoa Joe is going to respond, after losing the world championship to Swerve. Is he going to come out? Everybody's predicting that Joe's going to come out and absolutely murder Isaiah Cassidy from Private Party, which would be pretty on brand for Samoa Joe after losing a world championship. That is pretty much Samoa Joe. I'm over here just reading Twitter comments and stuff like that. You know, a little debate about Mercedes Moné, who obviously we should see on the show in just about a minute. Mercedes Moné, interesting enough, her first match probably going to be for a title, which is not a big deal. But her first match being on a pay-per-view when she was signed towards the end of March, and it's a pay-per-view. I believe Double or Nothing is at the end of May. It's kind of crazy. Very interesting strategy creatively to use Mercedes Moné in that way. And then it's been like 6-7 weeks of just straight promos, which is not Mercedes' strong suit in the least bit. It's pretty bad, her promos, but her wrestling ability is there, which is what they should have done. But if she wasn't healthy enough, they should have waited. They could have easily did a big business right before Double or Nothing.
Welcome to AEW Dynamite. I'm here live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'll be producing tonight's show here in the offices of the Jaguars. I wish I could be there live in Winnipeg for Kenny Omega's return in his hometown tonight at a perfect time. Unfortunately, I'm not cleared to leave Jacksonville, Florida due to the actions of AEW's Executive Vice President, Matthew Jackson, and the reinstated Jack Pitt due to the head and neck injuries I suffered.
Wait a minute, we're losing them.
Guys.
We're losing them.
We told you guys, we warned you guys this was going to happen. We're having technical difficulties over in Jacksonville, Florida. Tony Khan, we're sorry. We lost connection.
That's okay, but Tony's not here, but we are. And you at home, you may be asking yourself, how is that possible after what they did last week?
How are we not fired?
Well, ironclad contracts with a founder's clause in there. And I don't want to get into the boring details, but let's just say that ourselves and our colleagues are probably not going anywhere. And also, in the details of our agreements, I don't know if you remember this, it says that if Tony Khan is unreachable and he can't physically be in an event, that the EVPs would succeed him in running the show. So in other words, we're in charge now.
With that being said, Matthew, let's run the new show open. 3, 2, 1, go X.
Oh, wow. Look at that. If you're watching right now, it's basically a montage of the new Elite to open up the opening theme for AEW Dynamite. It's just basically video package of the new Elite, basically. This is giving me strong McMahon Helmsley era vibes when they took over the Raw show, you know? Like they became the ultimate authority figure, almost like the authority themselves, but McMahon Helmsley era was a little bit more cocky in this way that the Elite are doing this way. We shall see how the show goes.
Immediately followed by Rampage, coming up.
Looks crowded. Looks crowded, so that's good. And here's the AEW World Champion. Swerve had two great matches after winning the title. One against Kyle Fletcher, which I know got a lot of discourse, and then the match on Collision with Claudio Castagnoli. That was a pretty great match as well. So he's had a good stretch over the last 10 days as AEW World Champion.
Fletcher in the Eliminator last Wednesday at Dynamite. This past Saturday, fending off Claudio Castagnoli, and now we know tonight we will find out who will challenge Swerve for the title at Double or Nothing.
It's quite a match on Collision against Claudio Castagnoli, where he put the AEW Championship on the line. And of course succeeded, and now he comes out with a belt once again. Tonight apparently is a night, as you heard, that the EVPs are going to run the program. I have no idea what that means for us, but it's going to be chaotic, I would think. Hopefully not, but I would think.
I got to tell you that World Championship. That beautiful title belt looks great around the waist of Strickland for sure. He's already been a fighting champion. Yeah, already in the first 10 days of his reign, a fighting champion, and I mean, really great presence commanding the ring, and now gonna kick us off here tonight on Dynamite. We will hear
what's going on, everybody. Three matches, 3 shows in 1 week. That is a type of champion that all elite wrestling deserves, and that is a type of champion that Swerve said he was always going to be. Now, what all elite wrestling does not deserve are selfish, greedy, childish, power-hungry EVPs that think they could just throw their weight around and do whatever they want without any type of consequence.
Uh-oh.
And
That's
I'm
not gonna
standing on
bode
my
well
words
for
from
them.
what I said last week. Whatever y'all did, that was a bitch move.
That was a bitch move.
Now that's going to be handled at some point, but right now we getting down to business. Who's going to be my opponent at Double or Nothing?
Yes, that's right. We were supposed to find that out. That's going to be very interesting.
I don't know who it is. Winnipeg, y'all don't know who it is.
Maybe Osprey?
So whoever's going to be, come present yourself, but make sure you wipe your feet before you step into whose house?
Samoa Joe maybe getting a rematch?
Hey, Swerve, how's it going? Congratulations, World Heavyweight Champion. You deserve it. But guess who else is champs?
We got Nick.
Us.
And
Hey,
Matt,
Swerve, we
Nicholas
also
and
wanted to drop
Matthew
by
Jackson
because,
on
well,
screen.
I mean, something's been bothering us a little bit. It feels like
tag team
maybe the
champions.
success has gotten a little in your head. The first time we hear from you after winning the big one, you badmouth your bosses, your EVPs on national television using curse words, by the way. The network hated that.
That's a fine.
So maybe you need a little dose of humility, in my opinion. How do you do that? Well, how about we arrange the very best, perfect opponent for you at Double or Nothing?
Oh, and he happens to be
don't
one
like
of the
this.
best Canadian pro wrestlers of all time.
He's a former champion, like all of us. Swerve.
And he's a guy who hasn't been around in a while, but I see him at the go position
There he is.
right now, and he's ready to meet you. Hit his music, guys, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe it.
Very interesting.
How about this?
Christian Cage
Well, reading off
hasn't been seen
the
since
resume.
he lost the AEW TNT Championship. My screen.
My mind went to one place,
Yeah, Christian Cage.
but we took a
I
hard left to
thought they were
Swerve,
going with Kenny
if you will,
Omega.
Taz. Hey,
And
listen,
they're going
you
with
guys
Christian
can
Cage, who's out here with the
dislike or say whatever you
patriarchy.
want
It's,
about
kill
Christian
switch.
Cage. The bottom line is this guy's
Mother
resume
Wayne.
speaks for itself.
Is
For
Nick Wayne
decades
around
upon
there?
decades at
There
the
he is.
highest
There's
pressure,
Nick Wayne.
in the highest moments,
Can't
in some of
forget
the
about
biggest
young
matches
Nick.
you're going to find. I personally
This
have no
is
problem
very.
with
This is
this,
very
with
good.
Christian Cage coming
I
out.
like this.
Getting in the face possibly of the champion. One of the most strategic, one of the most tactically savvy competitors, but also
I definitely
one of the
like
most
this.
manipulative,
I think it's very
worst
interesting. It's
people
something people
in
weren't
all of
expecting.
professional wrestling. Christian
I think
Cage.
it's very smart.
Taz, I agree with everything he said. Everything. And if anybody deserves a title shot for the world title, it is Christian Cage.
And of course,
this is-
with
I
Mother
think
Wayne,
this is gonna be
Nick
good.
Wayne, and Kill Switch at ringside. Yeah, Strickland needs to be careful. In essence, he's outnumbered here, even though it's Cage in the ring where Nick and Kill Switch are not in the ring, but you get my drift.
Let's see what Christian has to say. He's the new AEW World Championship #1 contender, apparently, appointed by the Elite. Oh, shit!
Push deep shot, no, right hands into the face
Good
of the
Lord.
The last thing we expected, I thought we were going to hear another diatribe.
That's
from
one
this
way to
guy.
do it.
It's so smart of Christian, man. You think you have the answers. He changes the questions, all that BS, and it worked perfectly. That was very
That's,
smart of
uh-oh.
Christian. Uh-oh. The champ's not out of this one. Not going to take a cheap shot like that lying down.
Nana can't do anything, baby.
Oh,
Oh, wait a second. You can't hit Mother Wayne.
Swerve pulling up short, thankfully, on Mother Wayne.
You can't hit Mother Wayne.
Kill switch.
Oh, kill switch with
Right
the
there.
headbutt
Oh, Nana
to
gets
both
wiped out.
Nana and Swerve.
Yeah, obviously, Christian came out here with a
Christian's
plan.
gonna hit
Oh, my
the,
God, it's going to get worse.
On the belt.
Oh, the kill switch on the belt.
Swerve Strickland, driven face first in that AEW World Championship title.
So it looks
Shows
like
you the
Christian Cage is
disadvantage
going
that
to
you
be
are
the
at
#1
when you go into
contender.
a match against Christian Cage.
Oh, but now,
Oh, poor Nana. No, not
Prince
Nana.
Nana. What the hell are they going to do to Nana here? Poor Nana.
Yeah, Nana doesn't need this. No, no.
Oh, my God.
Wayne's World from Nick Wayne on Prince Nana.
Nana, no.
And I mean, if this is the challenge for Double or Nothing, if it's going to
Jesus
be
Christ.
Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage is drawing first blood.
Big time.
Wow.
And you're right, Taz. Change
This
the
is very
question when you think you got all the
Very
answers.
good.
Very well said.
Swerve, there's something you should know about me. I never forget. I haven't forgotten that some months ago you broke into my son Nick Wayne's gym and you left him in a pool of his own blood. I haven't forgotten. Keep it down while I'm conducting my business.
That's the master. He almost slipped there and he covered his tracks.
I haven't forgotten that at one time you and I were a tag team. At the biggest show in the history of this business, and you lost.
Wow.
You embarrassed me. And I've been waiting for the right moment to make you answer for those mistakes, and you went and you won yourself the World Championship. And it seems like there's no better time than right now to make you pay for those mistakes. I'm going to embarrass you the same way you embarrassed me. I'm going to end your title reign before it even starts. I'm going to make sure you're a footnote in the history of AEW. Now, I heard your little speech last week, Swerve, when you talked about your path to the world title, how grueling it was, how you put every ounce of your being into it to the point your daughter feels like she doesn't even know you. Well, Swerve, when I'm finished with you, your daughter's not gonna want to know you.
There he goes using
But I can promise you
parental
this.
violence.
Your daughter is gonna have a father that she can be proud of for the rest of her life.
Wow.
Disgusting.
He's the worst.
Now, Winnipeg. The same way the Colorado Avalanche walked into your house
There he goes, getting the heat.
and took your championship dreams.
There he goes.
I'm gonna walk into Swerve's house at Double or Nothing, and I'm gonna rip the AEW championship out of your hands. But Swerve, know this, the pain is just begun.
Uh-oh. This,
Oh, come on now.
What the hell? Oh, no. He's got a, oh my God. What? Oh, he's going to rip his hair out. Tear the hair out of the head of Swerve Strickland. Holy, what the?
How savage is that? I mean, that's good.
what are you going to do with that?
Just ripping the hair. I mean, a depraved act
I don't like that.
by the presumptive challenger for Swerve Strickland
I keep
and the
hitting
AEW
wrong
World
mouse.
Championship on Sunday, May 26th. Well, there you see, bottom of your screen, it is
Computers.
official. Swerve and Christian. Double or
in the
Nothing,
ass.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
The pain that Swerve Strickland must be
But yeah,
undergoing
this is
right
awesome.
now. My
I
God.
think
I'm
this
telling
is
you
a
this
great
right
idea.
now.
something kind of out of the box, kind of left field. People weren't expecting it.
For Vegas.
EVP said somebody's
not many people that can
area.
Everybody is Strickland like that, but Christian Cage is one of them. And fans, right now, let's take a look at the rivalry between Adam Copeland and the House of Black.
As well. I like it. It works. I think it's very good.
We told you, Adam, the match at Dynasty went exactly the way we said it would. And you know what's interesting? I now have 2 wins over the TNT champion.
I'm here to fight. I decided it was time to go back to a little thing called the Cope Open. I am here to put my TNT championship on the line.
We accept the Cope Open, but who you wrestle, well, it might be Mr. King, it might be myself, or perhaps Mr. Matthews.
Me first, Winnipeg. You'll find out when the rest of the world finds out.
Alright, so here's Edge, or Adam Copeland, I'm sorry. Can't blame me there. It's the way it is. All these years being known as Edge, you can't blame me for getting it mixed up.
Introduce first, from Toronto, Ontario, weighing 241 pounds, he is the TNT champion, the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland.
Alright, so we got Adam Copeland. We don't know which member of the House of Black Adam Copeland is going to be facing tonight.
Taz, you've known Adam Copeland for a very long time. There is no back down in this man. But when you are faced by 3 adversaries such as the House of Black, you are at a huge disadvantage if you're the TNT champion. Absolutely. And
there goes the whole bit.
Right,
there goes the whole angle.
House of Black is going to face.
Which
makes it so difficult, Shivani, to prepare to wrestle for someone.
So I definitely think they're going to go
that Cope is doing.
Well, when Cope put the Cope Open up, he said anybody, and the House of Black said, okay, anybody will decide at game time who it's going to be.
Yeah, Taz, to your point, 3 very different potential match types in Brody King, in Malachi Black, and in Buddy Matthews.
The first step, Cope, is admitting. And you need to admit that you were fully expecting me to come out tonight, bells and whistles and all. But why should I fight you now? When watching what I did to you, infiltrate you and destroy your mind, is so much more rewarding.
Well, obviously, look,
just a lot of mental games here.
And Copeland looking around, man. It could come from anywhere, right?
Yeah, he, like I said, he doesn't know. Cope doesn't know who he's facing. Which one of these 3 men?
Members of the House of Black, please.
Matthews.
Well, I believe the question is answered. That
this
looks
might
to
be a
me
good
like
one.
Buddy
This might
Matthews.
be a little sleeper.
Introducing the challenger, honoring the House of Black, Buddy Matthews.
Well, you know, the fact is,
Buddy
any
Matthews.
one of the 3 members of the House of Black can be the man to rip the title away from Copeland. They are all that talented. They all 3 can get the job done, so to speak. But here you got one of the best athletes in AEW in Buddy Matthews.
Yeah, no argument there on that. Big fan of Buddy for sure. He's a machine in there.
Buddy Matthews is a machine. Like, could you imagine?
Superstars got to lock in
But
here and
we still
realize
haven't
that's
gotten a Buddy Matthews
right now.
Kenny Omega match.
Yeah, the powerful legs of Buddy Matthews lend to some tremendous kicking ability, but his knee strikes perhaps even more dangerous, but dangerous in a very different way than the Dutch Muay Thai background of Malachi Black. So many idiosyncrasies in the game of the House of Black, so difficult to prepare for. A big challenge awaits Adam Copeland to kick off the action tonight on Dynamite. And that's what it's about right there, that beautiful TNT championship that Cope holds for now
What a way to begin our program, guys. How about this? TNT Championship on the line. An athlete like Buddy Matthews going up against one of the greats, Adam Copeland, for the TNT title. Just the beginning. What's going to be a great program, top to bottom. We got 3 hours tonight, guys.
Yeah,
3 hours live.
Dynamite immediately followed by Rampage. Tonight, 3 straight hours
Excited
live.
for that.
As Buddy Matthews, Adam Copeland, collar elbow tie-up, and Matthews takes the side headlock.
You know, we saw the footage of what happened at Dynasty in the black mist in the eyes of Copeland. I'm sure he's not going to forget it, and I'm sure he's thinking about that, really, Taz, wouldn't you, as you go along here?
Yes, you would think of it. I would assume so for sure if you're Cope, but you can't let it rent too much space in your head. You got to wrestle your match, whatever style you're going to go at Buddy with. It's not think about the mist. And right now, both these men are trying to get each other off their feet. And
Buddy is just
well, also something else for Adam Copeland to think about is the absence of Brody King, Malachi Black. I mean, we know that they've got to be somewhere close at hand, right? And very well could play a pivotal role in this matchup should they emerge.
Like you said, Taz, you can't let that rent space in your head either that the other members are around.
See right there, Buddy, Copeland went for a head scissors, and Buddy, now he got the head scissors. He leaned forward to prevent that, and now just kicked up out of it. Outside headlock takeover by Copeland, the champion. Brings Buddy Matthews down. And fans still to come tonight. Samoa Joe returns to action live tonight on Dynamite, taking on Brother Zay. Isaiah Cassidy as Copeland and Matthews looking for quick pinfall attempts.
Really good stuff.
Springs up to his feet.
You just see the confidence in the face of Buddy Matthews.
Wonder what he's going to say.
And after the street fight we witnessed this past Saturday night at Rampage, we will hear from Orange Cassidy. Of course, Trent Beretta injuring the leg of his former best friend, Chuck Taylor. Trent, we understand, had to receive medical attention after that. The FTW Championship, Taz, I know it's not going to be easy for you. Chris Jericho looks to defend against Katsuyori Shibata. I don't know what to say about that. I don't want to say I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not happy that Jericho has the FTW title. Hopefully Shibata beats him, but right there, athleticism by Buddy. Look at that head scissors. Yeah, big head scissors there by Buddy Matthews. Copeland goes to the floor. Brian Cage, the Machine, versus Claudio Castagnoli. One-on-one. Mariah May, Serena Deeb in action tonight. And remember, the return, the appearance of Kenny Omega tonight live on Dynamite. Cannot wait for that here in Kenny's hometown of Winnipeg as Buddy Matthews sent to the floor. And
wow.
Now, look at the
what
speed
is Copeland going to think about doing?
Yeah, definitely
not going for a
dive. On a hop. He's not done. What's he got in mind? Matthews goes tumbling on the floor.
Yeah, you're talking about the speed of Buddy Matthews, who was a sprinter on his high school track team, a championship sprinter, so he can go back and forth.
Well, fans, our opening contest of the night for the TNT Championship will continue in picture-in-picture. Matthews, Copeland, don't go anywhere.
All right. So, to recap what we just saw to open up the show, the new AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, comes out to find out who his new opponent is going to be for AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. EVPs Nicholas and Matthew Jackson come on the screen, make the announcement that it's somebody local, somebody that's here that hasn't been around, a former champion themselves. Everybody's assuming it's going to be Kenny Omega. Turns out it's actually Christian Cage. Christian then attacks Swerve Strickland along with the help of Killswitch, aka Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. And they also beat down Prince Nana too, just guilty by association. So that's basically what happens as we look on and see Buddy Matthews kicking the head off of Adam Copeland. I honestly think that it's a wise decision to have Swerve take on Christian Cage. Christian Cage, unlike a lot of the veterans in AEW, a lot like Chris Jericho, who tend to want to hog the spotlight, Christian has a purpose, even as a veteran, even as someone who's been in the game for as long as he has. He has a purpose, and he delivers in his segments. He's one of the bright spots of All Elite Wrestling. So it's definitely smart to capitalize on this. He seems evil. Christian Cage seems vindictive. I love the fact that his motivation is not only because Swerve Strickland was on Christian Cage's team, which got the losing end of the match at All In, but he's also using the fact that Swerve Strickland, along with AR Fox, happened to attack Nick Wayne at the practice facility way back when Strickland and AR Fox were feuding with Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. So I think that's very interesting. I think it's very smart. It's very, no pun intended, it's a little bit of a swerve. Again, people weren't expecting Christian Cage, but I think people are pleasantly surprised because they enjoy Christian Cage and they enjoy his work. So I think it's a very smart thing. I'm very excited to see Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage for the AEW Championship. I'm interested in seeing how it's going to be built up. So right now we have a picture-in-picture. Buddy Matthews is down. Adam Copeland is trying to crawl back into the ring. The referee is checking on Buddy Matthews. So both men are tired. And we head back into the ring. Let me
Elite Wrestling live for 3 straight hours tonight. Dynamite immediately followed by Rampage, and we are kicking the action off tonight with Adam Copeland looking to make a defense of the TNT Championship. It was a Cope Open match. An open challenge, Tony Schiavone, that was answered by one of the
beautiful DDT.
Maybe become new TNT champion.
You can't think of a better way than to open this 3-hour block of AEW action tonight live than this matchup between two of the greats in AEW. Two men who are red hot right now. 3-match winning streak for Buddy Matthews, 7-0-1 in 2024 for Adam Copeland.
Well, you got to assume if Buddy can get a cover here, he might win that TNT title.
Both
Just got to
men
capture that leg under the bottom rope. Yeah, but that Buddy TNT Matthews was nasty, dude. Throughout the picture-in-picture break, was driven repeatedly into the barricades, into the ring steps by the champion, Adam Copeland. And the one pivotal thing that we noticed during the picture-in-picture break, Taz, and I'm thinking of when Copeland, he was doing media for the past week, and he said, part of this TNT Championship reign, do one thing differently, one thing he's never done in these matches, take himself out of that comfort zone. He did so, maybe with that tope suicida right before he went to break, but he came up clutching that shoulder.
I'm trying to figure if Copeland looks tired, looks beat up, looks old, or he's just very good at what he does.
And you can just see Buddy is just relentless. He knows he's got an opportunity to capture that coveted TNT Championship. Snap, man, what's next?
Not too much. I mean, he did the dive to the outside.
This
so it's like
is indicative of the pace.
He has to really turn it up to do the big stuff.
Very slow, but very punishing.
They love to
they're slowing down the pace because obviously
and they always seem to be able to do it. And it's, oh, look at this. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling.
And now he's just grabbing rear naked choke or side headlock, whatever you want to call it.
It's a version of a bulldog choke as he has his hips. He shoots his hips out to create more torque and pressure on the neck. Copeland needs to get his hands on the crook of the elbow to prevent getting choked out by Buddy right now. I think the saving grace for Copeland is he's not flat down on his stomach. He's on his side, which alleviates some, not all, but some of the pressure as Copeland. Yeah, you want to keep your hip, you want to try to keep the guy who has the hold on his hips parallel with yours if you can.
Fans have been behind Copeland since he arrived here. There's no question about that. Now they're trying to encourage him. But right now, Buddy's just too strong.
Yeah, he is. He's got a strong S grip with his hands there. That's a real tight grip. You see grabbing the Cope is grabbing the arm there, trying to break that choke on his throat.
A second time, Buddy.
Yeah, if a choke don't work right away, you stay on it. You got to be relentless, pugnacious. That's exactly what Buddy's doing.
And next week we're going to be up in Edmonton at Rogers Place. Then we're coming to Vancouver on Saturday, May 11th. So we got a lot of big events coming here to Canada for AEW.
People here in Winnipeg, they are behind Cope. You hear them. Well, the Rated R superstar drawn on the support of the crowd here in Winnipeg, fighting his way.
Oh, nice.
And flattening the challenger, Buddy Matthews.
Nice slapjack.
See that explosiveness? That's years of being a champion, years of being a veteran. Just having that explosive even when you're banged up like Cope is. And Copeland, importantly for him, buying some time. After being trapped in a hold like that, Taz, it's taxing not only on your breathing, but the blood flow as well. Especially with a guy with the arms, the biceps, and delts like Buddy. I mean, he's a big, powerful man.
It looked like Buddy could barely get to his feet, but I don't know if he's playing posse or not because he came up with a couple of back elbows that hit the mark.
Both men are on the outside of the ropes.
That's one big possum.
They're climbing, ascending the turnbuckles.
Buddy Matthews.
Buddy Matthews has Copeland hooked for almost like a suplex.
I don't know where we're going to end up here, but Buddy wants to
I don't know what they're planning on doing.
They might end up on our desk, and I hope not.
Copeland.
Buddy Matthews certainly powerful enough to send Copeland all this way. Got to be careful if you're going to go punch for punch.
What are they doing here?
Ooh, a headbutt there, I believe.
Oh shit.
That was right on the spine.
Yeah, rough landing for both the champion and the challenger alike, as Aubrey Edwards giving the 10 count to both men.
This is a very,
this
very
could be a
slow
race to get back into
match.
the ring. I think you're right. I mean, both athletes landed extremely hard. You see a great overhead look as Aubrey Edwards up to 6 on the 10 count, now 7.
They're both.
Oh, they're close. Up to 9, and Copeland beats the count. Buddy Matthews.
Copeland almost won by count out there. Almost.
Whew. Well, that TNT championship still hangs in the balance. And again, we know that Malachi Black, Brody King, the House of Black, somewhere lurking in this arena tonight, Tony.
That's one of the big factors in this matchup tonight.
Oh, Copeland looking for the Impaler. Matthews.
Nice counter.
Oh, what a shot.
Big elbow strike. Really leaned into that one, did Buddy.
Oh,
Copeland leans into
Copeland
one of his
went
own.
back to his.
Copeland accelerates, swing by Matthews. Copeland swing and a miss.
Oh, they both went for the crossbody.
Speed was just built up
and
by both
collided
men, and
into
that's
each
just nowhere to go in that collision. That will wear both men out in their sternum region.
Yeah, man,
Credit
and
to
also
Copeland.
knock the
He's
breath
got
out
a
of both
gas
men as
tank
well. As you
there.
can see, here's the speed you're talking about.
Most
too.
people his age wouldn't be doing this
Two
stuff.
cars
So
just colliding
credit
head
to
on
him.
right there. Yeah, both men
This
leaving
is
their
a
feet,
pretty
both
good
men
match.
bouncing off
Although
one another.
it's a little bit slower
as
pace.
Aubrey Edwards doing a good job
It's still
checking
a
out.
pretty good
Oh,
match, in my
now
opinion.
just waved over at our ringside medical staff as Buddy handles it. Oh wow,
Buddy's Buddy's bleeding
fans,
from
we're
the
gonna
mouth.
stick with this in picture-in-picture. Buddy Matthews. Oh no. Oh man.
All right. This is interesting. We have a situation, a medical situation in the ring right now. The medical attendant is looking after Buddy Matthews, who's bleeding from the mouth, and he's clutching his midsection. It apparently happened directly after the mid-ring, mid-air collision between Adam Copeland and Buddy Matthews when they both had the idea to go for the crossbody and collided into each other. So, this is very interesting. It's hard to tell if this is purely an accident, if it was part of the match, scripted into the match. The collision between the two, it was pretty bad. It was pretty nasty. So, but it's interesting because there's been plenty of times where a competitor in the ring has been, mysteriously been bleeding from the mouth, during the match, so it's hard to tell. But again, it is smart because you never know. He could have some internal bleeding, but he looks fine right now as him and Edge are just having a good old-fashioned, looks like fisticuffs in the middle of the ring. Adam Copeland's just spent. He's just spent. He's got a gas tank, but even gas tanks, all of them, they end up going empty somehow. But he's giving it all he got. Yeah, Buddy's definitely hurt. So he's spitting up blood still. It was a pretty wicked collision, so it could be a total thing, that happens. I don't want to know regardless. As a wrestling fan, you're kind of like, it's part of the deal. Like, wow, he's really hurt. He's really compromised. You want to believe that this is as real as it gets, which it is. I'm glancing over because I'm also having have the Yankees game on. And the Yankees are winning 2-0. Nice. All right, let's see if we, after this commercial, head back to the arena. Like I said, the match is very slow-paced. Right now, Adam Copeland, Jesus, I got to get that right. Adam Copeland is just throwing the fist right to Buddy Matthews' face. And one thing about the House of Black is they really don't interfere. I don't want to say they've never interfered in a match. I'm pretty sure they have before, but it's not without purpose.
The midsection of Buddy Matthews, the challenger, may be compromised in this TNT Championship match. The Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, firmly in control.
I'm sorry, Tony, go ahead.
I was saying what a match this has been. And Excalibur, you're right. Just a lot of respect to Buddy Matthews, spitting up blood, but he wanted to continue in this match, and he has been assaulted since then. But once again, what a way to start this program. I mean, this is a physical matchup, everything we thought it would be.
Yeah, TNT title on the line here. Cope defending, challenger is Buddy. We're in Winnipeg, Canada, and this has been physical for sure. Going after that shoulder, Excalibur. That's right. Early on in the match, Copeland, the dive out of the ring, came up favoring that left arm.
Wow, sit out powerbomb
Buddy Matthews. Now
Buddy
the
Matthews.
Two, and Copeland able to kick out. That's a big-time main event kick out right there, because most men would have got beat after that powerbomb right there. But I'll tell you, I'm worried for Buddy. Yeah, it was that when he collided sternum first in that collision, well, Copeland is spitting up blood. I'm worried for him.
Well, Taz, I mean, I think that powerbomb out of the corner may have been the first offensive move from Buddy Matthews in the last 4 to 5 minutes. This has been all Copeland, but that just underscores how dangerous Buddy is, Tony. That one move like that can totally change the course of this match.
It's athleticism is what it is. It's the time and effort he's put into his craft, and we all, even though the House of Black,
again, back to the midsection. Landing on that midsection, that abdominal region.
Yeah. Even though the House of Black is not to be trusted, you got to admire the athletes that make it up.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I completely agree.
This is a really long match for Copeland to be wrestling.
And he went into this thing not knowing which member of House of Black he was going to face to defend his title.
That could have been Buddy Matthews very easily. Could have been Malachi Black, the man that pinned Copeland in the trios match at Dynasty, or it could have been the big bruiser, Brody King. But Buddy Matthews, the challenger tonight, the shots to the ribs.
What the hell is this?
The Rated R superstar now, Buddy.
Wow.
Flips over, looking for another powerbomb out of the corner.
He's going for that sunset
clutches on.
flip powerbomb.
Oh, the heel driven
right to the stomach again.
That
right
found
its mark, that heel
where he's
did.
been
Good
bleeding
call.
from. He's got some internal bleeding.
Buddy, just a desperation right hand, stopping Copeland in his tracks. Buddy looking for the superplex, but typically Taz, the legs on the outside of the ropes when you're going for a superplex.
Absolutely, but those body shots by Cope definitely slowed down the offense or the attempt.
They're really fighting in the corner here.
As Copeland maybe thinking.
Oh!
Avalanche Impaler!
Covering.
Wow, hit him with the Impaler DDT.
As Copeland, you see
off the second rope.
his hand on that left shoulder, that damaged
Really
left
good
shoulder,
stuff.
now drapes the right arm on Travis.
Got him.
No!
Wow.
Man,
Almost
you're
like
right,
an
Jez. I thought that
instinctual
was
kick
done.
out on Buddy Matthews.
Yeah, the way he was laying there, but he just was not moving.
Wow, what an avalanche.
That Impaler was on target.
A last half second, maybe even less, kick out by Buddy Matthews, keeping his TNT Championship hopes alive.
These guys are having a battle here. What a great matchup for the TNT Championship right here live from Winnipeg.
Here the fans coming to their feet.
And Taz, that spear from Copeland, it's dangerous
Copeland
even
going
under the
for the
best
spear.
of circumstances.
There goes that knee strike from Buddy. Double
But
knee
Buddy
strike.
Matthews, 3 consecutive knee strikes.
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer, 2, and Copeland's turn to kick out.
Wow,
Trying to
beautiful
right,
work
he's
from
got it,
Buddy
he
there.
turned him.
Buddy Matthews transitioned immediately on the kick out into the crossface.
Got that arm trapped well with the right leg, does Buddy.
But Copeland, his only advantage in this situation may be the length of his frame, Tony.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's reaching. He is
the left. I'm sorry, Tony. The left arm. You can cradle him right here.
right.
Turn your back. Turn. It's easy to say sitting at an announce desk. I could see it clear as day. You have that leg hooked with your left arm and turn. There it is.
Yeah,
Copeland turns it over, 2, and Buddy
Buddy
Sorry,
kicks
that's
out.
what you want to do. The weight was shifted perfectly by Cope.
Oh, Olympic slam from
Copeland
Edge.
drives down Buddy Matthews. The cover, 2, and Buddy able to kick out.
What an effort by both men in this match.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
really spent.
Yes,
They were
I agree,
spent.
Shivani.
Both men.
5 minutes
Shows
ago.
you how vital,
into the
how
match.
important, how prestigious the TNT Championship truly is.
During that pinfall attempt by Copeland, we crossed the 20-minute mark of this match. Now less than 10 minutes remaining. But Copeland could be thinking spear again.
Oh, right into the
Sidesteps
corner.
it. Uh-oh. And now Matthews with Copeland on the
Oh,
shoulder.
GTS.
Oh, he wasn't able
Buddy
to make
Matthews
the
hit
cover.
a GTS.
Got something in mind, Buddy.
Yeah,
does,
he
man.
does.
I would have followed up to your point, Shivani, with a cover, though.
Goes for a
the
stomp.
stomp, but instead Matthews.
Oh, Copeland hits the spear.
Uh-oh. Copeland covers. 2, 3.
Pretty good. Pretty good win for Copeland there. A little slow pace. A lot of rest holds in the middle there. He was looking a little spent. Both men were spent. Double cross body calls. Buddy Matthews
Just so much the ribs and sternum can take, guys.
That's right. It was a great effort by Buddy Matthews Taz, but the damage to his midsection ultimately proved to be his undoing.
Absolutely. I mean, what a victory for Cope, not knowing who he was going to face from the House of Black. But again, you got to give a plethora of credit to Buddy. What a battle he put up. When they collided in midair, their midsections, and Buddy was spitting up blood before we went to break. That was the key.
Oh, shit.
Sending that message here to the House of
Oh,
Black.
man.
Once again, it's the anger that he's built up since what happened to him
What's,
at Dynasty.
What's old Kofi
Even
got in
before
mind?
Dynasty, all the mind games by House of Black in the weeks leading up to it, and now Copeland with 2 steel chairs in hand.
Looks
That
like
is
he's
not
going for the
something that anybody
concerto.
wants to see.
No, if you see Cope with 2 steel chairs, that's definitely a bad sign. For those who know, this is going to be ugly.
Oh, no.
Buddy got up and then got quickly down. Oh no, not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
The mist that was in his eyes has made him crazy.
Yeah, that's a good
Has made Adam Copeland crazy.
good observation there,
I
Tony
mean, I get
Schiavone.
how upset and pissed off Cope is. But, man, this is nasty. This is going to be bad.
If we have seen this cover what the mist in people's eyes have done
Uh-oh.
before.
has Adam Copeland been driven.
Uh-oh, the lights go out.
The lights go out here in Winnipeg.
Well, I don't know what that means, but it cannot be good for Cope. But it's got to be good for Buddy.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Malachi Black. Uh-oh.
Did he say
Malachi Black is in the middle of the ring telling Adam Copeland to attack Buddy Matthews with the chair.
And Buddy's saying, hit me, look at this.
Wow.
The lights out again.
Adam Copeland raised the chair, was going to
Copeland
go
had
hit
that chair raised
Buddy,
above his head.
and
Malachi
turned to hit
basically dared
Malachi,
him
and the
to do
lights
it.
went out, and now Buddy Matthews and Malachi are both
And
gone.
just like that, they disappear. But was
Very
Copeland going to do it? We're never
interesting
going to know, Tony. But has he been pushed to that point by the House of Black?
It's seemingly so, but Taz, you notice how he turned around and almost hit Malachi, but then stopped?
Yeah, he's confused.
Did he stop? I mean, I thought the lights went out before we got our answer.
Well, it's
Very good point.
just a complete head game that's going on, typical of House of Black. And Copeland was kind of like a deer in the headlights for a second, didn't know what to do, and it's kind of
very
easy to
interesting
understand
how
that. Where the
Copeland
hell these guys
is-
go, by the way?
Like after he
hell is
won
going
the
on?
match,
Adam Copeland
he wanted
remains
to inflict more
TNT
damage on
champion
Buddy
of fans. The
Matthews.
action
The whole
continues.
interaction with Malachi in the middle of
Next
the ring.
tonight on
And then
Dynamite,
Tony Schiavone making the
Samoa
observation
Joe,
that ever since he got missed, he's
Isaiah
kind of gone
Cassidy
off.
one-on-one. It is tonight. Woo
Samoa
Energy,
Joe
match of
versus
the night
Isaiah
coming up
Cassidy.
live tonight, next on Dynamite. Remember,
I wonder how that's.
3 straight hours, Dynamite, immediately followed by Rampage. Don't go anywhere.
All right, so once again, Edge or Adam Copeland. Shit. Adam Copeland, the TNT champion, retains the TNT championship against the House of Blacks. Buddy Matthews in a phenomenal match that went over 20 minutes. Like I said, it's a little bit of a slower pace for Copeland, obviously, for his situation, but it still was a very good match. At the end of the match, Copeland goes crazy, attacks Buddy Matthews, Looks like he's going to do the concerto. Lights go out. They come back on. Malachi Black is in the middle of the ring. You think Malachi Black is coming to the defense of Buddy, but he's telling Copeland, go ahead. Hit him in the head with the chair. Do your thing. It doesn't matter. Buddy gets up. He's like, yeah, hit me in the head. Hit me in the head. Copeland raises the chair to hit him in the head. He turns. He goes to hit Malachi instead. Lights go out. They come back on. There's no Buddy. There's no Malachi. There's no House of Black. There's just Copeland there with his championship looking crazy because he got some black stuff in his eyes back at AEW Dynasty. So in the end, I don't know if this is leading to Copeland versus Malachi at the end of the feud or if it's heading towards Copeland versus Brody King. So either way, I'm down with it. I love the House of Black. I love their whole deal. Should be fun. I like that they're starting to set things up for Double or Nothing now rather than do their usual where they kind of wait till, 3 to 2 weeks to get the ball rolling to start plugging their pay-per-views and making them interesting. So just so you know, like we said earlier, we just put up the new episode 112 of the podcast. You can check it out at this link there. That link right there will give you access to the newest episode of the podcast, episode 112, where myself, and my wonderful esteemed co-host, Shay Hickson, break down the WWE draft. We also talk about Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus the Kabuki Warriors at Backlash. Also give you like a light preview of Backlash, some of the stuff going on that we're looking forward to. It's a great episode. Check it out. Right now we have Samoa Joe, the former AEW World Champion.
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing 310 pounds, Samoa Joe.
I follow Isaiah Cassidy on social media, and there's a lot of nights that I wouldn't mind being Isaiah Cassidy. He gets up to some pretty fun stuff, I'll say.
Okay.
That's a light way of putting it.
Tonight is not a night I would want to be Isaiah Cassidy.
I knew where you were going, and I started to jump you, but you're right. You best not come out here and play games against this cat right here. Don't play games. Don't look to have fun against Samoa Joe.
Especially the first match Samoa Joe's had since his 113-day title reign ended back in AEW Dynasty. Wouldn't want to be that guy, but here he comes.
And his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 190 pounds, Isaiah Cassidy.
Isaiah Cassidy, brother Zay.
There's no Mark Quinn?
Getting a last-minute touch-up before heading into battle tonight. And
this is kind of what Isaiah is. He has a good time. This is part of his whole bravado.
Oh, man. R.I.P. brother Zay.
And he's a special athlete, Isaiah. There's no doubt about it. Like we were saying about having fun, I think Isaiah is a pro enough and smart enough of an athlete to know once you get in this ring in a second, things are about to get real with a guy like Joe.
And Isaiah Cassidy, of course, primarily a tag team competitor alongside Mark Quinn in Private Party. But tonight, this showcase
Samoa Joe does not look happy.
Former AEW World Champion in Samoa Joe.
I like how Samoa Joe just in the corner, hands up on the ropes, just waiting.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill him.
And fans, you can experience Woo Energy. To be the man, you need the can. Fuel your jet flying days and limousine riding nights with Woo Energy, the official energy drink of all Elite Wrestling.
Fans are chanting here at Isaiah, but I'm telling you, he won't back down. This kid,
he should back down.
He's
to be
still
honest
very
with
young and in formative
you.
years
He should
of his
really
career.
back down. He should really think about backing down.
Over 100-pound disadvantage here.
What is he doing with Samoa Joe's title or towel?
What's he trying to accomplish here?
Whoa, that's not smart.
That is.
He's entertaining the people, Isaiah is, but He's about to get his ass stopped.
Exactly. Look, there's been a bit of a smirk on Joe's face as well.
Oh my God. Joe's choking him with the towel.
As well as expected.
Yeah, well, hey, look at that. Isaiah went to the eyes, which was very smart of Cassidy.
You want none of this?
Oh my God.
Wow. What? You want none of this?
Oh, no.
Was that Isaiah screaming that time? Was that the shriek?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was
I heard a
amazing.
shriek. I wasn't sure it was him or not.
Yes, and he's about to get popped in the face a few times.
Joe firing in those right hands.
Just murk.
Again, the first match since he lost the title. Look at this. I would not.
I'm going to be this kid right now.
I believe that was the point I made when we came back.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There are no
Watch out. Big Joe.
Well, Isaiah slips in underneath the
All
bottom
right,
rope.
good,
Joe to the outside.
good
His momentum
invasion
carried him
from
out of the
Isaiah
ring.
there.
Joe is extremely quick, guys. I promise for a man that size, very athletic.
But
Caught there. Look at that.
Wow.
caught Joe as he was attempting to re-enter the ring, and now Brother Zay, what is he thinking? He's got Joe on the floor.
That was a great job right there by Isaiah, Brother Zay, and he's going to fly. This guy can fly.
Zay,
Oh!
Walk away Jones on the outside. I don't think I've ever seen him do that one.
Oh, man.
Lord.
What a landing for Zay.
This is what a tremendous night we are having. The fans are just into everything we do here.
And remember, we're in the first of 3 straight hours live tonight on TBS. Dynamite immediately followed by Rampage. As Zay is in trouble.
Wow.
You know, I try to call
Joe's just like, it's like a
right down the
lion
middle, Taz, but
playing with a gazelle that's like
but Isaiah's
fighting
showing
back,
hard. He's
but
still
it's only got
fighting,
one
and
leg
like you kind of laid out,
working.
Shivani, you know, this young man is not going to back down. He's not going to stop coming.
Trying to
back.
fight very
He
hard.
pulled himself up on the ropes.
He's
To
getting
get
some
back to a
shots
standing
in.
position.
Zay
But-
with a drop kick, backing Joe up to the corner. Now perhaps with an
This
opportunity.
is Joe,
Man,
like,
he landed hard on the outside on that dive that missed.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy way to drive every bit of oxygen out of your
And
lungs.
everybody was entertained. It's kind of funny and all, but it's not. I mean,
yeah,
he's all-
okay.
he's all for
Isaiah
front knocks, which
Cassidy
is the
tried
version
to
of a
monkey flip Samoa
And he
Joe
can't.
out of
Joe's
the
too big
corner.
and strong.
And that's where
Sure.
that weight disadvantage
He's
for
setting
Zay
up for
comes
the
into play.
muscle buster. There it is. Good night,
boy.
Isaiah Cassidy.
Joe, muscle buster.
Oh my God.
That might
Good
be just
Lord.
about it,
Good
folks.
night.
Samoa Joe, the
1,
leg hook,
2, 3.
and the win.
Easy for the eyes.
I know this guy better than most people in this company. I know
Good
Joe a
stuff
long
from Samoa
time.
Joe.
And I'm telling you, it's a lot
Everybody thought it was going to be a super squash. It wasn't the case. It was definitely Joe
Scary
playing
man,
with his
isn't he,
food,
Yes, sir.
but it still was a good match nonetheless. A lot of fun to
victorious
watch.
tonight on Dynamite. Still to come, the FTW Championship match. Chris Jericho and Katsuyori Shibata.
Mariah
The
May
Professor
for Serena
Deeb goes one-on-one.
That's going to be a lot
with
of fun.
Mariah May and Kenny Omega's return tonight to Dynamite. But fans, right now, let's hear from Sky Blue for the first time since Willow Nightingale wins the TBS Championship.
Oh, Sky Blue interview. Here we go.
Willow Nightingale, my former best friend, you're a damn fraud.
The cover now.
You know last time, one-on-one in that ring, I had you pinned.
And the Babe with the power bomb.
If it weren't for that bald bitch on a leash, Stokely Hathaway.
Gets the
Bald
assist from
bitch on a
Stokely Hathaway.
leash.
And Julia and I, last time in Canada, beat both you and Statlander in a street fight. So you know I have your number because I have proved it every damn week. And if you're even half the woman that you say you are, come prove it tonight on Rampage and put the TBS title on the line.
Oh, a challenge from Sky Blue to Willow Nightingale for the TBS title. That should be very, very good. Hopefully Willow will accept. I think she will be accepting. She's a fighting champion. She doesn't seem like the type to hide from a challenge from Sky Blue. I'm a big Sky Blue fan. I think she's very talented. She's definitely has room for improvement, and she's already good at what she does. So it's definitely going to be good. I would like to see her integrated into the House of Black. I think she fits the aesthetic. I think she fits the whole vibe of the House of Black, but obviously, I'm pretty sure Malachi has a bunch of creative input into what works for the House of Black and what doesn't. So I guess it's good because she's kind of House of Black adjacent. Like, she runs with Julia Hart. She just doesn't run with the whole pack. She doesn't run with Brody King or Malachi or Buddy, you know. But I think she should. I think it should be cool. Yeah, still waiting on Kenny Omega to return. We just saw Samoa Joe absolutely decimate Isaiah Cassidy. But good for Isaiah. He did get some shots in. It didn't look like a total squash job. It just looks like he was overwhelmed, but he did get some shots in. Samoa Joe doesn't look too annoyed that he's not world champion anymore. He just looks like he's enjoying beating people up, which is okay. And like we said, if you're just watching this, if you're catching this part of the VOD or anything like that, we now know that the first challenger, the first pay-per-view challenger for Swerve Strickland in the AEW World Championship is Christian Cage. Very wise decision. I think it's very smart. I think those two are capable of a very good match and a very interesting build-up to the match at Double or Nothing. They already started it off hot with Christian Cage and his crew, Killswitch and Nick Wayne, attacking Swerve Strickland and laying him and Prince Nana out. Prince Nana didn't deserve it. He's just an innocent bystander. He didn't deserve to get beat up. But again, I think having Christian Cage Swerve Strickland is very smart. I love the way that Christian has set it up. He is blaming Swerve for their loss in their their tag team match at All In back in August 2023. They were teaming up in a match against Darby Allin, Sting, and you know, I don't know if it was a tag match or a 6-man. Might have been a 6-man. I can't remember for sure because we all know what everybody was focused on when it came to All In. But again, Christian Cage is blaming him. He's also blaming him for attacking Nick Wayne at the Nick Wayne training facility when Swerve was teaming with AR Fox. But now we're back to Dynamite.
About to hear from Orange Cassidy, a man who has had,
Orange
to put it
Cassidy,
lightly, a heartbreaking last few weeks.
A bunch of Orange Cassidy fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Tony, you were there this past Saturday night in Jacksonville. Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, usually partners in these street fight
very
situations.
Good stuff from the parking lot fight between Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. Very enjoyable, very violent, very brutal. Very good stuff.
Did to his longtime best friend when Orange Cassidy said enough was enough.
Boom.
Look at that.
Chuck Taylor went into the match with an already damaged ankle, and we understand had to go to the hospital in Jacksonville after the match to get that ankle looked at even further.
Yeah, Trent is showing you he don't care. Beretta is like, he doesn't care about the
He doesn't care. Beretta doesn't care about what his mom
Cassidy.
has to say about the situation.
Well, Chuck, he don't give a rat's ass
He don't care about anything.
Beretta's not playing games.
And Trent says that Orange Cassidy was using Trent and Chuck this entire time.
I hate this. See, I thought after Saturday, when my best friends Chuck and Trent got into a parking lot, beat each other up, and then get everything out of their systems.
Yeah, right.
We'd all come back together, stand in this ring together as best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's never gonna happen.
No, I don't think so. Not after Trent smashes Chuck's ankle with the wrench.
I have been told that because of what Trent did to Chuck after the match, I have been told that my best friend Chuck Taylor will never wrestle again.
Wow.
Oh, no.
What a revelation that is.
That is
terrible. God. Terrible news.
Wow. So now I'm standing in this ring alone to tell you, Trent Beretta, that the next time I see you...
Wow, huh? Big surprise.
And there he
Big
is.
surprise. Orange Cassidy is making things about himself again. Trying to make somebody else's career ending about himself.
Uh-oh.
That's going on.
Uh-oh. He said next time I see you.
Oh, what a bitch move by Trent.
Hold him back. You're too selfish, Orange. You're too selfish. That's why it happened.
What a
Chuck's
bitch
career
move.
is over because of you. Not me. You.
Statlander's out
You're
as
too
well.
selfish. You're selfish.
Chris Statlander trying to calm down Orange Cassidy, but Trent Beretta saying that it is all Orange Cassidy's fault, that he's selfish.
What the hell?
What is Don Callis doing out here?
Don Callis. We've seen and heard from Don Callis. He said he's trying to...
In his own hometown, coming out, he get booed.
But he's trying to shore up the ranks of the Don Callis family, now whispering to Orange Cassidy.
Well, we saw him watching the parking lot fight from the back, and look at this. No!
Wow.
No, come on!
Orange Cassidy's leaving with Don Callis.
And Statlander obviously confused, and Trent Beretta.
Trent Beretta looks like an
He's
asshole.
mocking Orange Cassidy right there.
Exactly.
The Don Callis thing has me perplexed. I got to be honest. What the hell is that about?
All of us perplexed. I mean, the smug satisfaction of Trent Beretta in ending the in-ring career of Chuck Taylor. That's unbelievable. But fans, the show must go on right now. Let's go to the back and our colleague, the remarkable Renee Paquette. Take it away, Renee.
Nicholas, Matthew, a huge night ahead of us tonight. Can you give me any nuggets about what you guys might have planned?
First off, you're killing it as usual. You look great.
Thanks.
How's the family? How's John?
Really good.
That's great. That's great. Hey, we don't really have time for this right now. We're looking for an old friend. I don't know if you've bumped into him yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
You know, we've had way too much TV time tonight on Dynamite. Let's give some to our good friend, the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Hey. Wow. That's all you say. You got this.
Jack, what the hell was going through your mind last week when you attacked Tony Khan?
Well, you know, I meant what I said last week. When I told Tony that the only thing I want is what's best for AEW. And some people might not be able to see it right now, but that's exactly what I did. You see, the funny part to me is that, Tony, you're the one who made me the scapegoat. And yeah, it hurt at the time, but I accepted it because I realized that it was a sacrifice that somebody was going to have to make. But we all have to sacrifice. And thanks to you, we are entering a new era.
Everybody's got a new
under
era.
the elite.
Everybody's got a new era.
Well, the Elite's fingerprints have been all over this episode of Dynamite. And something tells me they're not done yet.
This match held under FTW rules is for the FTW Championship. Introducing first from Winnipeg, Manitoba, weighing 200
Camera all fucked up.
He is the FTW champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho really leaning into this.
Oh my God.
This whole learning tree thing, and
It's making me sick already.
never seen New York Bash. Great, Ted Irvin.
Oh, look, it's Chris Jericho's dad. Take him home.
Left winger for the New York Rangers.
Yeah, the dad of Chris Jericho, legendary player for the Rangers for sure. I don't know how Ted could be proud of his son, to be honest with you. I mean, he's accomplished a lot in his career. That part I get, but as of recent, Jericho's been I don't want to say the words.
Say it.
I don't want to say it. I'm just trying to be a professional out here. What am I going to curse? Well, you want me to do, Shivani? You want me to curse him out?
Yes.
Tell me you want me to do.
Give him some water here.
And the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 209 pounds, Katsuyori Shibata.
I hope Shibata is not just victorious, obviously, in this match, but captures the FTW Championship.
Kazuhiro Shibata as the FTW champion.
Handsome devil is still not
gonna lie.
clear.
It's not gonna
So a
happen.
baseball bat at the hands of Jericho at Dynasty, which
look
wasn't illegal under
look at
FTW
Jericho.
rules.
Look at this. He's even desecrated that title.
Yeah, don't even get me started with that because
put his
no one
name
told me
on
that was going to happen.
He put his name on.
Yeah, I know. It pisses me off, and no one told me that was going to happen.
Well, they should have told
No
you.
one tells me crap around here, and I'm a little sick of it.
Okay.
Hot.
Well, this FTW belt has really pissed me off, and Jericho's got me red hot right now.
Please stay in your seat. I get it.
And, you know, this FTW championship match, this FTW rules match, there are a lot of match types that would favor Katsuyori Shibata, Taz. You know, a standard pro wrestling match.
I agree.
He's known as the wrestler. A submission match.
Correct.
But this is Katsuyori Shibata in 22 plus years, 24 plus years. His first ever no disqualification match.
Absolutely, yeah, and he's the wrestler. He's a wrestler's wrestler right now. I mean, and that's fine.
Both men are
FTW
on the
rules doesn't just
ground.
mean there's weapons involved. It doesn't mean
Doing
that.
some
Okay,
grappling.
I created this many years ago. Okay, and I wrestled a lot of matches without using weapons. It's not just about moving furniture around and people getting hit with stuff. You got to win the match. Pinfall, submission, whatever. And that's not a good idea by Jericho to go chop for chop with Shibata.
You know, Chaz, when you created the title, it really meant something.
Chop
And now
battle
with
from
Jericho
Shibata
in the
and
title,
Jericho.
I get your
Jericho
anger. I
sends
understand.
Shibata
That's
into the
not my
ropes
thing, though,
into
Tony.
a throat
Like,
chop.
the thing with Jericho.
Jericho goes for the lion salt and fucking knees
Jericho coming
Shibata
down on the
in
knees
the
of
dick.
Katsuyori Shibata. Now looking for the cover. And Shibata kicking out at one. Omega caught him low, actually.
Jesus Christ, need him in the dick.
Chris Jericho's a living legend.
Sure.
Okay, any championship he holds, he puts credibility on. I will not dispute that. That's not my problem.
Okay.
It's just him and the way he's acting and how he's conducted his stuff with Hook.
Well,
and Hook was smart to him from day one. And trust me, Hook's not gone.
And Jericho,
once he's clear,
he hit him in the
he's
dick.
cleared,
Like,
he'll be back. And I know
clear
who
as
he's
day,
gunning
hit him
for.
in the dick.
I'm fired up here, and I need to chill out a little bit.
Well, and I was going to try to explain the backstory of why Katsuyori Shibata is in this FTW championship match. Is because of the friendship that Shibata has developed with the former FTW champion Hook. As Jericho brandishing, I believe it is a for the
Holy
world,
shit.
as he likes to say.
A trash can lid
trash can lid
to the head of
There's a
Shibata.
730 on the inside of that, which symbolizes Hook.
Very smart to do
Okay,
that
for
to
those
a
that know.
wrestler
So
who's
this is just
was
Jericho.
basically put
He
into
knows
a
it to your
coma
point, Excalibur, about
due to a
Shibata.
brain
This is
injury.
not a match. As far as when you get into weapons and whatnot, this is not Shibata's thing. And what the hell is this now?
Jericho's got some sort of bag.
It is. I mean, as we saw in Dynasty.
Maybe
Listen,
some
we know what a
thumbtacks.
black
That's a
bag
lot of
is meant
thumbtacks. If that's
each and every
thumbtacks.
time.
That's not thumbtacks. It's hockey pucks.
Okay, you know what? That's creative.
I got to give him that.
I
That
guess
is
his
pretty
dad gave him
creative.
that bag.
A hockey
Well, maybe he
puck
was talking about Don Rickles
used
earlier.
in a thumbtack spot.
Got Winnipeg Jets logos on it and everything.
And they
Shibata.
lost yesterday.
Oh, with a step over backwards almost. Back first.
What the hell?
Jericho goes back
Hockey
first
pucks
into
in the
the
bag
hockey
is a
pucks.
first, but Shibata one step ahead of the learning tree.
Now Katsuyori
Shibata
Shibata
now
does
a snap suplex onto the hockey pucks.
a rough landing for the FTW champion Chris Jericho.
His ass is going to be bruised for a long time.
That's the thing. You can incorporate your great wrestling skill, Shibata, into some violence. And he didn't want to do this. He doesn't want to use weapons, I should say, Shibata.
And it could be that Shibata feels like he doesn't need those weapons to beat
Shibata.
Jericho. He's got all
Now
the
he's
weapons
just
in his
chopping
hands
the
and
shit
feet.
out of
Well,
Jericho.
yes, that's true, but you got to be careful. Jericho's super savvy.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you have the ability to use weapons, well, the hell with it, do it. But as of now, these chops are weaponized.
Yeah, you know, he grab a hockey puck in each hand and hit him in the head with it, for God's sake.
Oh, my God. Well, Shibata's got Jericho where he wants him. He's pulling him into his game, which is smart by Shibata.
As you can see how red the chest of Chris Jericho is. Shibata and Jericho lighting each other up.
Yeah, Shibata's making that chest of Jericho like a rare roast beef. Oof.
And Jericho backing down. Collects himself, fires in that chop, and Shibata, Katsuyori Shibata, absorbing the contact.
Shibata getting the better of the two in this
Shibata
exchange.
will do this
Oh my God, Shibata.
He is the professional is what he is. We call him the wrestler, but he is also quite a pro.
He is a pro indeed.
Well, fans, this hard-hitting FTW Championship match continues in picture-in-picture. Jericho, Shibata.
Now I want to see if any of the pundits that like to bitch about chop battles, how chop battles are stupid, are they going to say that about Chris Jericho? Is the discourse going to be the same for Chris Jericho, who's participating in the same things that these people find so deplorable and so horrible about professional wrestling? How dare they stand there and chop each other, because that's not wrestling. That's not fighting, You just don't stand there and chop the other guy and wait for him to chop you back. But, of course, these are people that are just miserable and don't understand that wrestling is not really real. It's like wrestling can be whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be two guys just throwing bombs at each other, fisticuffs, no breaks, no battles, just go fight each other, it could be that. Or it could be two dudes that are in the middle of the ring and say, we're going to find out whose chops can fuck the other person up the worst. And that's what's happening right now. Chris Jericho's chest looks like Grimace from McDonald's, and it's pretty awesome to see. So I don't understand how anybody could have a problem with this. I am thoroughly enjoying Shibata chopping the shit out of Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho weakly attempting to fight back with his own shitty chops. And let me say, Chris Jericho looks god-awful in those trunks. They are not helping him in any way, shape, or form, unless he's leaning into the old thing that I am a out-of-shape, gassed, past my prime, spotlight hogging, clout sucking vampire, and I'm leaning into that as the FTW champion. If it is, he's doing a damn good job, let me tell you. If you listen to the podcast, you know that Jericho isn't the biggest popular person in my circle of wrestlers that I like. I thoroughly do not enjoy Chris Jericho and wish he would just go away. But it is fun watching him get the shit chopped out of him by Shibata, who I do enjoy very, very much as a professional wrestler. Just to let you guys know before we end Picture in Picture, there will be no stream tomorrow as Picture in Picture ends. No stream tomorrow. Stream on Friday for SmackDown, Saturday afternoon for Backlash.
By Tony Schiavone and Taz inside the ring. Katsuyori Shibata and the FTW champion Chris Jericho have been teeing off on one another, and you can see the damage to Chris Jericho's chest.
And if you're just joining us, FTW rules, that's why you see when the camera goes wide, there's hockey pucks all over the place. Weapons are allowed, anything's allowed, but Shibata is...
Oh, Jericho just threw a hockey puck at Shibata.
Double-legged him.
Now, Jericho puts on the walls of Jericho.
The walls of Jericho. Oh, man, Chris got him here.
It was 4 minutes of a chop fest, maybe 5 minutes, and then a hockey puck changed things around.
Shibata's got to try to turn in here. Turn in.
And
Shibata's really not the type to submit quite easily.
It's no disqualification. Even if Shibata gets to the ropes, there's no rope breaks.
Correct.
But Jericho's not going to even let it get that far. He drags Shibata back towards center.
Well, we've seen Hook counter this with a cradle and a pinfall victory, and there's a
nice
counter
escape.
right here.
Nice escape from Shibata.
Looking to follow suit, but instead
beautiful escape from Shibata. Puts on a figure four.
Figure four leg lock. Great counter right there by Shibata.
Beautiful figure four.
Look at Jericho's chest. Damn, purple. He's got
Jericho
the puck.
Grabbed one of those hockey pucks. And
watch your head, Shibata.
Shibata's chest doesn't look that great either. Oh my God! A hockey puck.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that to someone. Oh man!
Just threw the hockey
him in the face with a puck.
He's got one in his hand again. So like I said, use it. Oh
man, what the puck?
That was good. I'm not gonna lie.
You get one,
it's
Taz.
ass.
You get one.
That was
sitting right there on a tee. Of course it was. On the ice.
good one.
Jericho with that rebranded For the World trash can.
But it's not for the world. That's what he calls it. You know what it stands for.
Yes.
It's been standing from day one. It's not for the world. That's soft crap.
He's not into that soft crap.
Now,
Taz is on fire.
Jericho
tonight.
putting that trash can over the head of Katsuyori Shibata.
Banger.
Look at the redness.
Banger.
Chest of Jericho as he smashing that kendo stick.
Just imagine that sound in the head.
This is pretty
Shibata's
crazy. Shibata's just standing up with the trash can on his head. Jericho's whacking it with the kendo stick, and Shibata's just not giving a shit. This might be the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Except for the trash can in the way.
It's like Chris is looking through the trash can eye to eye with Shibata, but he's not.
And Shibata just following the sound.
I think you're right. That's a good point, Tony.
Look, he's backed up. Jericho almost all the way up to the
This is
all the way
fantastic.
up to the corner. Jericho.
Chris, it's not working.
Shibata is wrestling,
Backing off to a trash can.
not a wrestling match, but an entertainment match. And now Shibata is headbutting Jericho with the trash can still on his head.
What a
I've
night
never
we're
seen this
having
before
here
in
in
my life.
Winnipeg.
This guy's got perfect aim when he can't see Shibata. Uh-oh. Well, he's going to use some weapons, Shibata here.
Oh! Kick in the corner.
Right into that banged-up purple chest from all those chops. Into
Right.
Chris's chest.
Oh, Shibata, you can see
Shibata's
blood on the
chest.
nose. Yeah, cover, 2, and I think that blood is from getting that hockey puck thrown into his face.
No doubt.
Or
no
the
doubt.
trash can getting hit in his face while he was getting hit with a kendo stick. Couldn't remember the friggin' name, and I've been hit with them left and right. Thanks for the help, guys.
That's why you couldn't remember it.
I know. It's true. 2 in a hand right here for Shibata.
Taz is incredible.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Shibata tosses
my
Jericho a
field
kendo
weapon
stick.
to his opponent.
I like it. The confidence of Shibata.
Well, Shibata's a man's man.
Oh, wow. Jericho's so
And
fat he
now
can't sit cross-legged.
sitting.
Oh, my God.
Oh, watch your head.
And remember, Shibata, he trained.
They're just whacking each
in the
other
New Japan
with these
Dojo.
kendo
That was
sticks.
how they would correct your posture, how they would correct your form. A shot with a kendo stick across the back.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
He's got him.
Oh, a back suplex onto the pucks from Shibata to Jericho.
Yambag City right there. Jack up the old Yambag, and Shibata, he's just getting rolling here.
Now Katsuyori Shibata looking underneath the ring for something.
Uh-oh. Shibata pulls out a table. I'm telling you, for a guy that was such a mainstay for New Japan, Shibata
This is how it goes.
wrestling in America has grasped the idea of how to be an entertaining wrestler by not doing wrestling stuff.
Taz, Shibata was
Kendo sticks,
content with
trash
really not
cans. Now we got
using
Shibata
weapons.
using a table.
But now he's got the table, and the fans are loving this.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to fight fire with fire, and Shibata wants the FTW title. I'd love to see it happen.
I think it would make a great FTW champion. I really do.
Same here.
I mean, for somebody in his first no disqualification
Oh.
match.
Oh,
that chest.
oh.
That's brutal.
Shibata is just lighting Jericho
What a
up
great
right now.
matchup. What a great matchup.
And Shibata backing Jericho up onto that table.
Oh, my God.
And
Oh, my God.
Shibata charges in.
Oh, Jericho hits the code breaker.
Chris Jericho.
I thought
always one
Shibata
step
was
ahead
going to
of
go
his
for that
opponent's
drop kick.
Cover 2 and Shibata kicking out.
Shibata
Tremendous
kicks
timing
out
by
of the code
Jericho
breaker.
that time.
I thought
It was.
Shibata was going to go
Excellent.
for that
Yeah.
corner drop kick. Jericho's
He's going
setting up for
Judas,
the
guys.
Judas
He's
effect.
calling a shot.
Jericho looking for that back elbow
Oh.
Judas effect, but Shibata had it countered, or had it scouted.
Great into that rear choke.
Yeah, great anticipation.
Want to get those legs in if you can. Get them on the mat, Shibata.
As Jericho's reaching for the ropes, Shibata changes grip.
He had a 2-on-1 on that wrist.
Oh! And just let a footing
A
overhand
ripcord
chop.
basic slap to the chest,
Wants
basically.
Shibata, I feel like wants to use that table for something. What it is, no clue.
Okay.
And now Shibata changing his mind. He's looking at, yeah, he's got the table set up in the corner.
Here's Big Bill.
Big Bill, the high boot. Again, this is all
Again,
legal.
this is no disqualification.
He's been trying to get the attention of Chris Jericho.
No
He
disqualification.
went on Saturday, and he was talking to Chris Jericho the entire time he was watching backstage. Chris
Big Bill.
Was watching.
Oh my God. No.
Oh my God, what a choke slam.
Bill said he wanted to be under the learning tree. That's what he said.
That's a good way to curry favor with Chris Jericho. Shibata is in a lot of trouble right now, and Jericho knows it.
And a lot of trouble and a lot of different kind of lumber as Jericho.
Of course Jericho's going to get the win after that. I got to give credit. It was a very entertaining match. I'll give credit. The match was very, very entertaining.
Well, I'll tell you what. That was a hellacious battle for sure. Jericho picking up the scraps left behind by Big Bill.
And I don't know if Chris Jericho survives Katsuyori Shibata were it not for Big Bill.
I agree with that.
Well, fans, let's take you back to 1 week ago. Willow Nightingale, the newly crowned TBS champion. Her celebration in Jacksonville was cut short by the CEO, Mercedes Moné. And Mercedes, look at that, was grabbed on the arm by Chris Statlander. Thought Willow grabbed the arm, the slap to the face. Two women had to be separated very quickly. And right now, Renee Paquette is standing by.
Guys, I'm here with our TBS champion, Willow Nightingale, as well as Stokely and Statlander. Guys, talk to me about what happened last week with Mercedes. It seemed like there was quite the miscommunication between you two.
Yeah, I just want to say I am so sorry because she had no right to come out there and interrupt, and I just wanted to diffuse the situation and get it back on you, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, let's pivot to tonight because, Willow, you have yet another challenger on the horizon in Sky Blue.
Yes, I do. And lucky for Sky Blue, last week's fiasco left me in a fighting mood. So Mercedes, don't think I forgot about that cheap shot, honey. I've got something for you. But Sky, if you want a fight, honey, I will mop the floor with you. If this title's on the line, I will maim you. I will massacre you right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
You know what the worst part about all this is, Renee? I can't believe that Sky Blue said that about me. And I can't complain to nobody because those pricks, the Young Bucks, they beat up Tony Khan. And the worst part about it is they did it before payday. They can wait until Friday. Why they do?
I'm in the middle of something. Guys, it's from Matt and Nick. Renee, great job. One note, please start smiling more. And let Stokely and Statlander know that they are banned from ringside. If there's any interference, Willow will be stripped of the TBS championship.
Wow.
Great show, LFG.
Aside from my own actions, what did I do to deserve this? This is insane. It's crazy, man.
It is always your actions. Oh, thank you, Renee.
Stokely's the greatest.
All right.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Very interesting. All right. So, again, credit where credit's due. I am the biggest Chris Jericho hater on the planet currently. I can't stand the guy. Wish he would go away. I don't get it. Like I said, he's just a vampire. He still looks like shit. He looks like a melted wax candle. He looks like a bloated jar of mayonnaise. But it was an entertaining match. He got his ass kicked by Shibata. I enjoyed that. But he got his ass kicked in an entertaining way. So I'll give him that. He still looks like shit, but the match was pretty fun. Why are they always showing food commercials? It's like, is that all we get is food commercials? And I don't even have a Panera Bread near me. You see what happens when I run out of stuff to talk about. Anyway, check out the podcast at this link. Go ahead and subscribe if you like wrestling podcast. It is a podcast, The Ringside Rundown, that is hosted by myself and my very good friend Shay Hickson. It is a question and answer based podcast, meaning if you're a listener and you have a wrestling related question, comment, opinion, or a rant, you can send it in to us and we will answer it. We will give it a voice on the show, and we'll discuss it, and we'll talk about things, and that's usually how we talk about things that are going on in wrestling. We just posted up a new episode this morning. If you're in the chat right now, it is on the announcement link, but if not, go ahead and go to that Spotify link where you can hit the subscribe button if you use Spotify for your podcast. But if not, you can go to this link here, and you hit that first one, and then you hit see all, and it gives you about 30 platforms of different podcast apps that you can use to listen to the Ringside Rundown. If you listen to it, subscribe on whatever platform you use, let us know, and then if you want, you can send in your own question to the show, and we can answer it on the show, and that's basically how we do things here at the Ringside Rundown. That link to our link tree also has a link to our Twitter, our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel. We're also on TikTok. A lot of these clips are on TikTok and Instagram Reels. The YouTube is popping off like crazy. So shout out to everybody on the YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support there. You can check out the YouTube by going to that Linktree website and hitting subscribe on the YouTube when you get to it. Like I said, everything is on the YouTube, from whole episodes of the podcast, highlights of the podcast, clips from streams like this one, all that other good stuff is all there on the YouTube channel as well for your viewing pleasure.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. We are in the midst of 3 straight hours live tonight on TBS.
Yes, 3 straight hours. So excited for that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
Claudio Castagnoli
from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing 232 pounds. Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio Castagnoli set to compete, but this past Saturday after Collision, he had this to say. Very impassioned words from Castagnoli.
You know how you get better? You make mistakes. You lose over and over and over again.
Yep.
And you never pass up the opportunity for a good fight. I was never the best because I won the most. No. I am the best because I'm that consistent, because I'm here day after day after day. I was never the shiny new toy. I'm the wooden toy that you just can't break. I'm not the wrestler I want to be. I'm the wrestler I have to be.
All right. That was a decent promo. That was an all right. A better promo than what you would expect.
California, weighing 274 pounds. The Machine, Brian Cage.
Claudio Castagnoli, I mean,
it's like Cage got his Tekken King cosplay on.
No rest for him, and Taz, there's not going to be, definitely not any rest against Brian Cage tonight for Claudio.
No doubt about it. If anyone on this roster can match pure power and strength with Castagnoli, it's the cat that just got in the ring, the Machine, Brian Cage. I promise you that.
Oh. Both men charging forward towards the center.
Looks like we're going to get a meat battle here.
Elbow strikes. Neither man coming away with an advantage here, Tony.
I really love Claudio. I have a lot of respect for him. I really do. And that was a great match that he gave the world champion on Saturday. And like he said, I'm here every night working hard. He's going to be a champion once again very, very soon, I feel.
Well, Tony, speaking of champions, coming up 1 week from tonight, Dynamite, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It will be Adam Copeland, the Cope Open. He will take on Brody King of the House of Black. TNT Championship will be on the line, and it has been made official for Dynamite. Orange Cassidy, Trish Loretta, one-on-one. And look at this exchange between Brian Cage and Claudio Castagnoli. Now, Nancy Harris taking down Claudio, and the drop kick.
Well, Brian Cage, for those that have followed his long, successful career, they understand
Good
how
stuff from
athletic
Cage
he is
there.
and how skilled he is as a professional wrestler. He just showed you right there.
Cage telegraphs it, dropped his head early. Claudio caught him with the boot. Claudio avoids the trip, and look at
Wow.
the catch and the
Claudio
backbreaker by
caught
Cassioli.
Brian Cage out of midair
Yeah, he's so
and
strong
turned him
and
into
so
a back.
just loaded with strength is Claudio. Cage
Good
is
stuff.
hurting. The former FTW champion, Brian Cage, which one of you guys should have brought up.
Still in the hands of Chris Jericho. Sorry, a lot of traffic to cover here, Taz.
Yeah, don't make excuses here. Come on now.
Can't look at Claudio Castagnoli without thinking about the Blackpool Combat Club. Of course, Claudio's compatriot in the Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, still recovering from his injuries suffered at Dynasty during that match with Will Ospreay. Danielson not cleared for travel, recovering at home. We hope to see him back soon, Tony.
Yeah, and of course, John Moxley, still the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Oh. And the Blackpool Combat Club just made up look at this, scoop slam, made up some of the
Claudio
great
showed off insane
that I've ever
strength
been
to be able to pick up
fortunate
Brian
to call
Cage like
matches
that with
from.
ease.
I mean, they're just...
It's really
Claudio, can he
interesting
make,
stuff. I don't know what Claudio
did
did there.
Instead, shuffles forward and drives both boots into the massive chest of Brian Cage.
I don't know why
That's a
Claudio
big man
does
coming
stuff
down
like
on your
that.
midsection there, Tony.
I really think if he wanted to leave from that distance, he could have.
Castagnoli, oh wait, Cage just dumped Claudio, but Claudio caught his footing on the apron, turns it
Wow.
around, big elbow strike. And now, Cage though, comes up that Gamagiri.
Oh, is he going to do it, Excalibur? It looks like he's going to. You know what I'm talking about, the suplex.
Yeah, Brian Cage likes to bring his opponents back in the ring the hard way.
What an amazing feat of strength there.
Oh my God!
Standing
that
on the
was
second
nuts.
rope inside
So
of the
hard to
ring,
do.
suplexes
Rough landing
Claudio
for Castagnoli
from the
and fans. This
outside
match
on the
continues
apron
in
into the ring.
picture.
Very, very cool stuff from Brian Cage there. Really good match so far. I'm enjoying it. Definitely a clash of styles, but it's able to show off one thing that Brian Cage is good at. He's super athletic, super agile for a guy with as much muscle mass that he packs on his body. He shouldn't be able to do the things that he does. Shouldn't be able to be flipping around the ring, doing a step-up T. Harris like some crazy luchador. But he does, and that's what makes him interesting, and I'm glad he's able to show that off. Again, to recap the night so far on Dynamite, big things. Swerve was attacked. Also, Prince Nana was attacked by the new #1 contender for the AEW World Championship, which is Christian Cage, who was selected to be the #1 contender by the EVPs, Nicholas and Matt Jackson, who are running the show right now because Tony Khan, due to the attack by the Elite last week, cannot run the show, so he's doing so remotely. But the EVPs, the Young Bucks, apparently have a EVP clause in their contract that says if Tony Khan cannot perform his duties, that the EVPs, the Young Bucks, will step in and do so, and their decisions succeed those of Tony Khan at the moment because he is incapacitated. We still have yet to hear from Kenny Omega, who is returning not to competition. He's still a long ways away from competition, but obviously they're in his hometown in Winnipeg, so they want to, have make that a big deal, so they're going to have Kenny Omega. They're still supposed to reveal some sort of authority figure that's supposed to be in the absence of Tony Khan, and many things are leading towards that being one Kenny Omega. Still yet to see Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. Mariah May is also in action. Remember, it is a double shot show, so there's a little under a half an hour left of Dynamite, but then after that, we go right into AEW Rampage. So, pretty big night. And just to recap as well, there will be no stream tomorrow, a stream on Friday evening for SmackDown, and then Saturday afternoon for WWE Backlash. There is no Collision this Saturday evening, so we're getting one stream that Saturday instead of two. But the good thing is it's an afternoon stream on a Saturday, so it should be pretty chill. We can get a bunch of people in the chat, have fun, talk about wrestling, and enjoy a WWE PLE from Lyon, France in the middle of the afternoon. Really can't complain. That's the good thing about these international PLEs. Really like what they've done with the PLEs where they have them on the weekends, on Saturdays, and sometimes we get one in the afternoon. So it makes it easy for us, but now we're back to the action.
AEW Dynamite, we are coming your way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It's a battle of the behemoths. Claudio Castagnoli, the Machine Brian Cage. Cage has been control as of late. Connects with the thrust kick. Claudio draped against the ropes.
Going for
and
the
Brian
Tiger
Cage
feint kick.
coming through the area. Coach shot.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, discus clothesline from
Lariat
Brian
wiped
Cage.
him out. Cage, the cover, and Claudio able to kick out.
Even though he didn't get the win, great job by Brian right there. Just missed getting the victory, but impressive offense. I don't know the area code of Chico, California, but I'm sure you know what it's called. You know everything, damn it. That's what it was, and then that discus clothesline.
Oh, but look at the agility of Claudio landing on his feet, now coming off the ropes, the uppercut.
Wow, that springboard
Takes down
torpedo
Brian
European
Cage.
uppercut is
Kind of a
thing of
desperation
beauty.
move, as you can see. Still feeling the effects of what happened with that discus lariat.
But, I mean, Taz, as we saw throughout picture-in-picture, Brian Cage, for as strong as Claudio Castagnoli is, Brian Cage was forcing Claudio to carry all of Cage's weight.
It's exactly right. And that's the issue. Right now, both men are worn down. Now, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe Claudio's not worn down.
Yeah, he came right back up.
Yeah, Claudio pulling on those reserves, catching those uppercuts in the corner. Separated.
Referee doing the right thing because he was in the corner, I should say, but Claudio went around, did a little spin drill around Bryce Remsburg.
Brings Cage towards
to the
center,
head.
lands the boot in the
Kick
jaw,
to
but
the
Cage
face.
returns in kind. Claudio
Kick to the head.
back up, Cage
Pump
attempts
kick
the
block.
pump kick. Claudio Castagnoli,
European
the
uppercut from Claudio.
and a
Thrust kick
of
to
his
the
own.
face.
And now
Uh-oh.
Cage draped in the ropes.
Oh, man.
It's Claudio thinking.
Yeah, what's he going to do?
Turnabout might be fair play. Let's see.
Looks like Claudio's
What
going
the
for a
hell?
tiger feint kick.
What's that? What's the error code? The error code for Lucerne.
That's Switzerland, right?
Yeah. Oh, a discus clothesline of his own.
The lariat, two, and Cage able to kick out.
As you heard, Cage kicks out.
And
barely
fans,
gets the
remember,
arm up.
Dynamite will be immediately followed by Rampage live here on TBS. Jay White, Dante Martin, 1-on-1 plus Konosuke Takeshita in action tonight. Oh, Cage sits out, 1, 2, and Claudio
Wow, that was close.
able to kick out. It will be Manitoba Massacre for the TBS Championship. Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue. Thank you, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, for that one.
Yeah, Manitoba Massacre. Sounds like what I had for dinner last night at the hotel. But now Cage got Claudio set up here.
As Claudio once again lands on his feet. Cage ducks under. Claudio off the ropes. Pops
Oh!
him. Drops him with the uppercut.
He's got him. That's it. Gotta be
champagne
He's
shot and a
Oh,
Hit him
man.
with that. I don't know why he
Hold
did
on
a
a second.
springboard
I know
off
what
the
that
ropes
means.
to
When he
just
put that
run
finger up in the
into.
air, and the fans do
That was a
too.
little weird. But it looks like he's going for the giant
The
swing.
size of Brian Cage. Pushing
How
300
much can he
pounds.
swing Brian Cage at the size of Brian
Around for
Cage?
that giant swing. Yes, he can.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Brian's purple, damn it. It's like a California raisin.
And now Claudio steps through.
But a beautiful
Turns him
sharpshooter.
over. Sharpshooter. Can he take it here?
A sharpshooter in
Cage is close to the
Canada.
ropes. Well, he's reaching there. There you see.
Oh, the power.
Yeah, man.
Claudio drags him to center.
Just tap
Sharpshooter in
Brian.
Canada.
You got to tap here, dude.
And
Brian Cage taps.
Tap out.
To the sharpshooter.
There's no shame in that.
Winnipeg.
Not at all.
There's no shame in that. You got caught, you got swung around, you got to tap there.
A bounce back victory for Claudio Castagnoli. And we have more Dynamite coming your way live here on TBS. The return of Kenny Omega plus Serena Deeb, Mariah May, live next.
Serena Deeb, Mariah May is going to be very, very good. Can't wait to see that. So yeah, it's been a double shot of Dynamite. We're almost done Dynamite tonight. Then after that, we get 1 hour bonus of Rampage. Couple Rampage matches on there. Looks like they're going to move the Sky Blue Willow Nightingale match to Rampage, and it's going to be a Manitoba Massacre. Whatever a Manitoba Massacre is, I don't even know what Manitoba is besides a place in Canada. It just sounds funny. Everything in Canada sounds funny. Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Toronto. What the hell is a Toronto? That just sounds funny, Just, it sounds like a perfect place for Brock Lesnar. That's where he hangs out. He hangs out in Saskatchewan with Sable, and he hunts deer and moose and other type of carnivorous meats that he hunts and probably butchers himself. Brock Lesnar's just a weird dude. As you can tell, we're getting to the end of Dynamite, so starting to get a little delirious. Can't have the fans on. The weather's getting warm. It's the 1st of May, so you know what they say, as corny as it is. April showers, May flowers, whatever, dumb stuff like that. But yeah, it's getting warmer, so obviously the room's getting warmer. Can't have the fan on or else the audio gets messed up. So I'm baking. I'm baking for you guys. So please, if you're watching this on VOD, please head over to our Twitch. Drop a follow on the Twitch. Hit a like and subscribe on the YouTube. Hit a subscribe, follow thing on the podcast. Like I said, we got merch. If you want to rock some Ringside Rundown stuff and support us, you can do that. You can check out the podcast. There's a lot of stuff you can do that would help us out. But yeah, I'm slowly starting to think of ideas for the Twitch stream in particular, where we do a little bit more interesting things rather than just sit here and watch me laugh about wrestling. Gonna do some things like mystery watches and stuff like that.
Rocky, the best friends have been tearing each other apart. We now know that next week officially it's going to be Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. Can I even ask you who you side with?
I don't side with anyone. I mean, who's the real winner in this, Just the whole thing has been tearing me apart each and every week, watching my friends destroy each other, and I just can't take it anymore. I'm done with it. I told Trent, I told Chuck, I told Stat, and I told Orange Cassidy I'm done with it. Rocky Romero does his own thing from now on. And that thing is to become a champion here in AEW. I've been a champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been a champion in ROH. I've been a champion in CMLL. And the only way I know how to do it is by challenging the best. And there's one guy that brings the best out of me, and I also bring the best out of him. And just a couple of weeks ago, we brought the best out of each other against the Undisputed Kingdom. Kyle O'Reilly, I'm challenging you tonight on Rampage in the great city of Winnipeg.
Wow.
Rocky Romero versus Kyle O'Reilly, and may the best man win.
All right, so we get a Kyle O'Reilly match.
Good luck tonight, Rocky.
Thanks. I'm going to need it.
Wow, big challenge thrown out for Rampage tonight.
All right, tag team Mariah May and Serena Deeb.
This next contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, being accompanied by Luther and Timeless Tony Storm. From London, England, Mariah May.
Remember, Rampage immediately following Dynamite tonight.
Mariah May, former goddesses of Stardom.
We are in the midst of 3 straight hours as Mariah May heads into the ring, heads into battle against a woman with designs on the AEW Women's World Championship.
And her opponent from Oakton, Virginia, the Professor, Serena Deeb.
Tony Schiavone, it was 1 week ago, Serena Deeb coming to the ring in Jacksonville. Discarding the shoes, the slippers.
I don't know if a flag is really good.
That AEW Women's World Championship delivering
a flag that's not like
was
old
a message.
glory.
Picking up the belt was a message in itself. But Serena Deeb,
not a
is
dojo
truly
flag.
one of the great women wrestlers
I don't
that we
think
have
that's
here in AEW. And I certainly
proper
hope she
gimmicks
gets a
to
shot
bring
at
to
that
the ring.
title.
She
She
looks
deserves
awesome.
it. She's battled through a lot. She really has.
Tony Storm
Yeah,
there
Serena
chatting
Deeb,
it up with fans.
undefeated in singles competition this year. A victory over Mariah May. I mean, Mariah not too
Bret
long
Hart
ago was ranked number
giving a
one
scarf to a fan.
for the AEW Women's Division. And so victory over Mariah, who has a very good 6-2 record as well, could catapult Serena Deeb toward even closer Timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah, no, I definitely think you're correct on that for sure. And let's see if Deeb can pull that off on Mariah as this match is about to get rolling here.
This should be really, really good. I'm excited for this.
Referee Paul Turner calls for the bells. Timeless Tony Storm looking on in the corner of her most ardent supporter, Mariah May. As now,
okay,
hammerlocks exchanged and side headlock. Mariah May goes for the head scissors, but Deeb up to her feet first.
Deeb always has that confident look on her face, and that confidence, that's not a facade. That's for real.
Oh, yeah, no, Serena definitely has that confidence. You need that to be successful. She has enough experience to do that. Nice 2-on-1 with a wrist control. A good switch right there by Mariah.
Nice,
2-on-1 of her
grappling work
own.
here.
Tremendous competitor Mariah May is. I mean, I understand her love and fandom and everything towards Tony Storm, but this young lady can go between the ropes, and I'm talking about Mariah.
Yeah, she's certainly proved that she can back it up inside the ring.
Super
but
technical
you know,
so
I mean, really
far.
following in the
Lot of
footsteps of
mat
our
work.
AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Tony Storm.
A lot of grappling and hooking.
Even now, when you're on your back like that, you see Mariah's not panicking. She's getting caught here, but she
Like
didn't
a key
panic
lock.
while on back. But now she got
This
caught.
is like
She
that
got caught.
Milano.
The Paradise Lock there.
Yeah,
and
Paradise Lock.
Mariah, hands all tied up and cannot extricate herself. Serena Deeb really...
Shivani, can you go help her, please?
Yeah, I can go help her, but I need to tell everybody, first of all, that we're going to be in Des Moines on Wednesday, June 12th. At the
Oh, wow.
at Cabelli Center in Youngstown, Ohio on the 15th of June. That's a Saturday for Collision. And Eagle Bank Arena in Fairfax, Virginia, Wednesday, June 19th.
Tickets available starting tomorrow, AEWTIX.com, as Serena Deeb, snapmare, but Mariah up to her feet. Deeb, shoulder tackle, drives Mariah May back down.
Deeb undefeated in 2024. We talked about the rankings. Look at this. Two of
Very
the
good
top-ranked
network
ladies
from
here in
both
AEW.
women.
Oh, look at that move.
And now
Very good stuff.
Serena placing the boots underneath the arms of
This is
Mariah
very
May.
good stuff.
Yeah, tough to get out of that. Obviously, got to be patient. And there you go. If I was Serena, I would have hung on to it for a little bit longer, but she obviously has something else in mind. Oh, a little bit overzealous. Good counter.
Oh, what a shot from
Mariah
Mariah
May.
May.
Explosive elbow strike to the jaw of Serena Deeb.
Yeah, we found out about Mariah that she was a hard hitter from the very first time she stepped in the ring here in AEW.
And Mariah,
Nice.
the headstand to the Hurricane Rana, out of the ropes, and a drop kick. Big
Nice.
wind up. Big explosion by Mariah May, and this match continues in picture-in-picture. Don't go anywhere.
All right. So, again, exactly what I expected. They're showing a preview for Collision on TV. It shows FTR. Looks like FTR is going to be on the show. Maybe Adam Copeland. Showing Pac a little. Again, I have this on mute because commercials, advertisements, promotions, things like that. There is no Collision this Saturday. It will be next Saturday that they will return to their normally scheduled time slot for the due to the NBA playoffs. Hope everybody that is watching the NBA playoffs is enjoying it. I know nothing about the NBA playoffs. I know nothing about NBA. My NBA fandom died when Allen Iverson left the Sixers the first time. I was like, all right, I had my fun. I'm going to stick to baseball, which is what I've been doing. Yankees won today against the Orioles. Dynamite has been pretty good so far. A lot of great wrestling. Surprisingly, I enjoyed a Chris Jericho match, partly because I got to watch Chris Jericho get his ass beat. I'm really on board with Christian Cage being the number one contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's going to be a great match against Swerve. I like the fact that they're booking stuff for Double or Nothing now rather than waiting 2 weeks before the show. So all in all, I think this is a very solid episode of Dynamite so far. I don't know how well it's being received online on the Twitter sphere. You know, people tend to complain, stuff like that. So I'm just looking very quickly. Yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. Serena Deeb. Right now it's in picture-in-picture, and Serena Deeb's got Mariah May all messed up. Just hit her with a dragon screw leg whip. Lays her out on the ground. I'm really excited to see Serena Deeb and Toni Storm mix it up. Serena Deeb definitely should be getting spotlighted more. She's so good in the ring. You know, she's almost like the Bryan Danielson equivalent in the
Live tonight on TBS, Mariah May, Serena Deeb going one-on-one in a match, Taz, that could very well have title implications in the AEW Women's Division.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Serena could capture a victory here at Mariah, that'd be impressive as hell. And catapult her, as you talked about earlier. But it's been tough goings for Serena. But right now, she's turning the tables.
Neck breaker coming.
As Mariah in the ropes. Oh my God, the neck. Across the middle rope as our AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, looking on from ringside. Mariah comes underneath, swing, and now the ripcord out, the back elbow avoided, kick to the knee. Serena Deeb now, Mariah, wow, just transitions back and forth, and neck breaker.
Oh, that was nasty.
Nice twisting neck breaker. Really well done,
man. She's being very, very aggressive and seemingly very angry.
And remember, still to come tonight, the return of Kenny Omega to AEW. He's been out of action with injury. Not seen him in a number of months, but he will be back live tonight on Dynamite.
Yeah, looks like Kenny Omega is going to close out Dynamite tonight.
Now with those arms captured behind the back, nope. Mariah sneaks underneath, the roundhouse kick avoided, uppercut though. Caught Mariah. The full Nelson now, back elbow though. And German suplex,
what a
low
German
arc on that one, Taz.
Yeah, definitely snapping throw. Got her hips under her real quick, under Mariah.
And
now that close. Almost
hammerlock lariat.
Hammerlock into the lariat, the cover, and Mariah May able to kick out.
I'm really surprised Mariah got out of that. That was well executed by the professor.
It was well executed, but I'm not surprised, Tony, because Mariah's tough. We've seen that in there. If you look at her history, you know, in between the ropes, she's a tough young lady. She can go.
I agree, man.
But Serena's got complete control here.
Now, I like how commentary is really talking up Mariah May.
Maybe she was going to try that.
She should be losing this match
elevated
as
up and over.
Serena is the number one contender for the women's title. But they're talking her up in a way that even if she does
her
lose,
length
you know,
to land that roundhouse kick.
She's still a really good wrestler.
Mariah May to the
look at that. That was a beautiful missile drop kick. Absolutely.
That might do it if Mariah can get a cover out of that. But she's got something else in mind,
She's going for the hip attack.
Yeah, hip attack coming up.
Yeah, the homage to the champion, the hip attack in the corner.
Jeez.
And now Mariah brings it to the center, covers, hooks the leg, and Serena Deeb kicking out.
Serena showing a lot of toughness kicking out.
Check it, because it's gonna be May. 1, 2, no!
What a knee strike.
Super close right there. Almost got the win, did Mariah.
Now, once again, Serena, like you said, Taz, showing her toughness.
Yeah, she did. Serena definitely kicking out of some of the stuff here has been very impressive, but Mariah is saying, this is it. I'm finishing Serena off right now.
Yeah. Timeless Toni Storm may very well find herself in a position where Mariah May is in the top slot for the challenge for the AEW Women's World Championship. But look at Serena Deeb from this elevated position. Mariah drops down and covered. The hook and no.
Whoa.
Serena counters. Mariah breaks free. Swing and a miss. Serena goes underneath and
Great matchup, guys.
That'll dizzy you up, man. If you're going for a backslide, that's how you do it. You dizzy. You don't see that done much. And there it is.
Serena with Mariah May disoriented. Mariah
This is really
able
good.
to kick out.
Very smart.
Oh, what a headbutt by Mariah May.
Nice. Headbutt from Mariah May. Right in that
Backdrop.
suplex. Serena, she's landed hard on the back of that neck multiple times throughout the night.
But why did Serena get up before
These ladies
Mariah?
are bringing it towards each other big time.
Yeah, great, like I said, great women's matchup. They are bringing it, Taz.
Mariah going for that step up run again.
That's the second time she's tried this.
No, but instead, Serena.
She got caught.
Single leg Boston
Catches
Crab.
the leg,
That single leg crab there.
drags her towards center. Mariah May in serious trouble here.
Super painful hold.
As Serena wrenching back. As Mariah digging in the elbows, trying to make that army crawl to the ropes.
She's rangy, Mariah. She can get to that rope. She's got long arms, long legs. Uh-oh, forget it now.
Don't give up in front of Tony.
World champion, timeless Tony Storm.
Oh, my God.
Serena Deeb repeatedly smashing that knee, and now wrenching back. And
oh, God.
Tony Storm's going to throw in the towel.
Tony Storm throws in the towel.
Tony Storm throws in the towel.
Here is your winner, Serena Deeb.
A lot to unpack there. I mean, first off, Mariah showed a lot of
Wow.
heart, not tapping out. Brutal hold. Serena doing a great job at keeping that hold and wear out the knee. But how about Tony Storm?
Wow. Well, and there you see, it is official for Double or Nothing. With that victory, Serena Deeb will challenge
Wow.
Tony Storm. I think Tony Storm complicit in her own undoing here. She will face Serena Deeb instead of Mariah May.
Yeah, Serena Deeb is now undefeated at 5-0 in 2024. Is the title in the future for the Professor Serena Deeb? We'll find out at Double or Nothing.
Wow.
Wow, right now.
Really good
Renee
stuff.
Paquette
Really,
standing
really
by
enjoyed
in the
that.
back. Take it away, Renee.
That was cool. That really showed Mariah.
Adam,
can really go.
congratulations on your win tonight. But are you okay? I mean, you honestly seemed a little out of sorts out there tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay, Renee.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Cal.
I just gotta say, man, as a kid from Canada, your career, it's meant a lot to me. Now we share a locker room, I'm watching your matches, and what's going on with the House of Black. I don't dig it, man. So if you ever need backup or whatever, I'll be watching.
Thanks, Cal. I really appreciate that, man. Listen, I got Brody King next week, Dynamite and Edmonton. Whoa, hey, eyes up here. I get it. You got Rocky Romero tonight, so good luck, okay? All right. See you, Renee.
Good luck with Rocky tonight.
Interesting.
Well, healthy mutual respect between Kyle O'Reilly and the
I think there
TNT
was something
champion
more to
Adam
that.
Copeland. And right now, let's take it down to the ring with the the Dapper Yapper Justin Robertson standing by.
And now, he is a former AEW World Champion. He is the only wrestler to hold the AEW World title, Tag Team title, and Trios title. While most dream of reaching it, he actually achieved the illustrious 7-star rating. He is the pride and joy of North Carolina. However, he is the golden boy of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tonight, he returns to AEW. Tonight, he returns home. He is the cleaner. He is the best bout machine. He is a founding father of AEW. He is Kenny
Now, this is an entrance. This is an entrance.
Of all my years of doing pro wrestling, I have never seen Kenny Omega have a bad match. And I can't say that about hardly anybody else in this business.
It's been a long time, Excalibur, since we've seen this cat right here. Omega's in the house.
Omega forced to take time away from the ring, time away from AEW to recover, but it is great to see him back tonight on Dynamite. It's great to see him back in his hometown of Winnipeg.
What a reaction here in Winnipeg for the hometown cat. And a hometown boy. Kenny Omega was fired from the Elite by Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. He was effectively replaced by the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. We have not heard from Kenny Omega since that has transpired. And I am very, very hopeful that he will address it tonight live on Dynamite. Tremendous welcome back home for Kenny Omega.
Everyone is standing.
Let's hear what Kenny Omega has to say.
You guys are making this tough on me. I've never been good at this sort of stuff. So I've never been good at this sort of stuff. Talking about injuries, sickness, weakness. A few months back, I was diagnosed with diverticulitis. I'll spare you the gory details in case you don't know what that is. But after spending 10 days in the hospital, the doctors told me, Kenny, you're one of the lucky ones. You were 24 hours away from dying.
Wow. That's heavy.
So to that I said, cool story, Doc. Can you patch me up and send me back to Dynamite? He said, Kenny, it's not that simple. We need to get what's in you out of you. And if we cut you open now, we're gonna have to fillet you open, and you're gonna have to have a bag, a colostomy bag, for 6 months, 12 months,
wow,
possibly the rest of your life. So I said to the doctor, I said, and if I don't? He had said, that's fine, but for the rest of your life, you're gonna have a ticking time bomb right here, where you might not know where, when, or why, but you might just one day wake up in the hospital having the surgery done to you anyway. Any sort of blunt force trauma to the stomach could kill you.
Wow. That's
Since
heavy.
that day, I can't lie, I had to stop. I had to stop watching. I had to stop watching because my hands would shake. I was scared. For the first time in my career, I was scared. And I felt pathetic, I felt like a coward, and I felt like maybe the point today, this whole thing, was to come out and explain to you that I had to retire.
What?
And then I did something. I turned on AEW for the first time the other day, and I watched Dynasty. Anyone watch Dynasty?
Great show. Great show.
I saw Swerve make history. I saw Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson put on one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say I was happy, but when I looked back down, my hands were shaking again. And the tremors got worse. The tremors got worse, and I thought, wait a minute. Am I really scared of being a wrestler? And that's not what it was. When I came out here and I heard the call from Justin Roberts, and I heard each and every one of you chanting my name just now, it made me realize something very important. Yes, I was scared, but that's life. We're all scared of something. The reason why I was shaking is because I was going through withdrawal. I needed to be back in this ring. I needed to be back in this ring more than I wanted to breathe. Living is being in this ring. Being called the best is what fueled me. And it hurt. And it hurt me. And I hated it. That all the best shows, the best pay-per-views, the best wrestlers on the planet are in the conversation for being the best. And I've already been forgotten.
Wow, he thinks he's been forgotten.
So I made a promise to myself, and I'm making a promise to each and every one of you. This isn't over until I exhaust every option. If there's a 10% chance, a 5% chance, a 1% chance, bag or no bag, you guys aren't done with Kenny Omega yet. I made a mission statement to change the world. And that brings me on to the second piece of business. When we're talking about colostomy bags, why not talk about two other at it? Matthew and Nicholas. You've been running roughshod over this company and embarrassing yourselves more than you've embarrassed yourselves ever before in the past. And you can do that. You're free to do that as EVPs. But what you forget is that there's also one other EVP. I may be fired from the elite, but you can't fire me as an EVP. So as far as I'm concerned, until someone says otherwise, a part of the power in this company belongs to the best bout machine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're going to have a power struggle. Uh-oh. 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 His greatest rival.
My God.
My God, indeed.
Look at what's coming out.
My God, indeed.
Justin Roberts say Kenny Omega achieved 7 stars. He did so in a match with that man, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada.
Greatest rivalry in the history of Japanese wrestling.
Fans don't go anywhere because the action continues for the next hour right here on TBS as we transition into Rampage. But before we get there, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, coming to the ring, microphone in hand and face-to-face with his longtime rival, Kenny Omega.
For those who don't know, Okada is part of the new elite, part of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson's deal there.
Yeah, he basically took Kenny's place.
Oh, hisashiburi da na, Kazuchika. The Rainmaker. The best bout machine. It's funny, we had a bit of a rivalry over in New Japan. What do you say? Give me a couple months. We'll settle it right here in an AEW ring. How did that grab you?
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm the best bout machine now.
Wow. Oh, what the hell?
Perry, where did
Jack Perry?
Perry?
What a snake in the grass Jack Perry is.
The blindside shot on Kenny Omega. Kenny is not.
Jack Perry comes and attacks Kenny
He is
Omega
not
from
cleared
behind.
for any physicality. He's not cleared for anything.
You think they give a damn? You think the elite gives a damn? Do you think?
It's set up here.
Oh, look at the security trying to separate Jack Perry and Kenny, but swing and a miss by Perry. And Kenny, look at this, Kenny.
I'm surprised Kenny Omega's getting physical.
Right into the jaw of Jack Perry. Now,
Kenny needs to be careful here as well, guys.
Remember what he said, any blunt force trauma.
Right? He's got to defend himself. I don't blame Kenny. He's got a but look at that, immediately clutching his midsection.
You know what? He needs to get out of the ring. I know they're chanting his name. I know he's got right now a lot of excitement going through his veins. But this is incredible. He's getting to his feet.
Kenny Omega, it needs to be extremely careful, Tony. This could be career threatening. I don't want to be overly dramatic with that.
This could be life threatening.
Omega with Jack Perry lined up. Is he thinking No! Okada grabs him up. Yeah, tripped him up. Okada did. Grabs the boot. Oh, no! Chair to the midsection.
No! For God's sake, someone get him out of the ring.
That's bad. That's bad, guys.
That's not good.
That is bad. And now here comes Matthew Nicholas.
Setting up for the EVP trigger.
Oh no!
They're gonna hit him with the EVP trigger.
No! Oh no! Oh no!
What is wrong with these people?
They were like brothers. Kenny was like a brother to them. It's unbelievable. But remember, they said. The ironclad contract. They can't be fired for this. Hang on here.
From the top guys.
Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. I don't think I ever thought I'd see it coming to the aid of Kenny Omega. They couldn't stand it anymore. They did the right thing. Dax and Cash did the right thing here. Well, thankfully, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler intervened, but our medical staff.
This is just amped up the story.
Omega fans, don't go anywhere because Rampage starts now live on TBS.
This definitely ramped up the
Well,
story.
we're live with AEW Rampage here on TBS, but the damage may have been done by the Elite, Tony.
A week ago, we saw what they did to Tony Khan, and now what they're doing to Kenny Omega. I get it going in the ring, but he is not well.
No, he's not well at all, and you could see Kenny holding his side. And Taz, you talked about how Matthew and Nicholas Jackson were like brothers with Kenny Omega, and then for them to allow Jack Perry to hit Kenny in the abdomen with that chair, then the EVP trigger. Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't. And you know what?
Heavy.
I don't care if I'm fine or not. This has got to stop.
Kind of quiet and kind of
this
silent.
Absolutely has to stop.
There's a lot going on.
Obviously, we have more action still to come
tonight.
Really,
really good stuff. I
on
mean,
Rampage, a series of tremendous matches. But right now, I mean,
in terms of intrigue,
this is a serious. Yeah,
thing.
I know. This guy, Kenny's in bad shape here, guys.
He is. This is good stuff.
Oh my God! I hope he's going to be okay here.
I don't know, Taz.
And for those that don't know, diverticulitis, Taz, a very serious issue with the internal organs, with the intestines. Yeah. And that's why Kenny talked about having a ticking time bomb in his stomach. It's something that can flare up and even under the best of circumstances cause extreme pain, but it can got drilled with a chair.
You could lose part of your colon, is what you could do with diverticulitis.
If you were just joining us here tonight
wow.
for Rampage,
wow.
let's take you back
moments ago. Kenny Omega made his return here in his hometown of Winnipeg, was addressing the crowd, was confronted by Kazuchika Okada, but it was all seemingly a setup for Jack Perry.
This was a plot from the beginning. Jack Perry, we've seen how he's been sneaking. This is what Kenny Omega is trying his best to fend him off.
It was a full-blown setup, and there's the shot, the killing blow with that chair, and then the EVP trigger. And I mean, we just hope that Kenny's okay. I mean,
and I think the dangerous thing about that chair, Taz, correct me if I'm wrong, though, is that the blunt force trauma that Kenny talked about to the midsection can cause a rupture.
Yeah.
And, you know, can, I believe, maybe even lead to sepsis.
Yes, it can.
It's a very scary situation right now.
You got to figure it's the diverticulitis. That means his intestines are compromised.
To the ambulance.
So any sort of blunt trauma can just rupture. It's like paper. It's like thin. It's like parchment paper.
There's no one that can stop.
As we see the elite attack FTR
trying to protect Kenny Omega.
Ambulance man won't do nothing. Might as well put them in the ambulance with Kenny at this point.
Okada.
Why don't you just go away? Look at that. Look who it is. Kenny, I love you to death, man. This is just business. I'm sorry, dude. We gotta change the world, right? We gotta change the world, right? Anything needs us. I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Come on.
No.
Check on someone. Check on him.
As if the chair to the midsection wasn't bad enough.
We need to call the police, guys.
Yeah, call the cops. This is assault.
Kenny Omega obviously in rough shape. He's, I assume, eventually going to be taken to the hospital. And I mean, Daddy Magic, welcome to the desk. I wish you could be joining us under better circumstances.
We got children crying back here.
This is a tough moment, but the action continues.
I mean,
tonight
it's
on
pretty
Rampage.
serious, but I didn't see any kids crying. But good job, Matt. Yeah, that's this stuff is super intriguing. This is what makes AEW very interesting.
This is set for a one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing 222 pounds. He is 1/3 of the Unified World Trios Champions, Switchblade Jay White.
Fans, obviously, you know, I know a lot of fans join us every week to try to forget their troubles, to put the troubles of the world behind them, and we're gonna try to do that for the remaining time here tonight on Rampage. But obviously, our thoughts very, very closely with Kenny Omega.
I think Kenny thought by coming out here
that completely like
the Bucks well, that they
sucked
had gone
the
up
air
and down the road
out
literally
of
together,
the
and
show in
he
a
didn't
dramatic
expect
way.
anything like this to happen. But they have taken it to a whole new level. A whole new level.
I mean, how could he not expect it? They come
So
out
let
here,
me get
start
this straight.
insulting
The
I don't know,
Bang
guys.
Bang Gang is the unified trios champion, so they carry
bond,
the
the
original
brotherhood
trios belts from
that he
AEW.
had with the Young Bucks was
Acclaim style trios championship belts from AEW and ROH trios championship belts. Very interesting.
Very great matchup here, guys, though, to start Rampage. We really do. How about this?
Yeah, a match that really began as part of the Casino Gauntlet match 1 week ago. Then we saw Top Flight and Action Andretti challenge for that
So it
unified
looks like
AEW
it's
World
just,
Trios
okay, it's not
Championship.
the Bang Bang Gang
This past
as
Saturday,
a group. It's just Jay
collision,
White
of course,
versus
the
Dante
Bang Bang
Martin.
Gang, still the unified AEW World Trios champions. But now Jay White, Dante Martin, set to compete one-on-one here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us tonight on TBS.
We are live on TSN2 all across Canada, Excalibur.
That's right, and Dante Martin.
Dante's starting off
Not
hot.
wasting any time, coming in hard with those elbow strikes, swarming Jay White in the corner.
Got to do it because you got the other clowns on the outside. We're talking about.
No, they're
Talking
leaving.
about Colton
One.
and Gunn as Dante Martin rips the chest of
Jay White with those chops.
I like it. Dante taking it to Jay here.
But Jay very heavy-handed. And Dante intercepts that chop, counters with one of his own. And Dante showing off his heavy-handedness as he returns Jay White to the ring.
Dante Martin, he's ready, looking for a big victory here tonight. No question.
Right, Dante, typically a tag team competitor. He's no stranger to singles action here, but he's not
Jay
as
White
highly seasoned
lighting
as Jay
Dante
White
up
is,
right
as
now
the
in the
Switchblade is
corner.
as a singles.
Yeah, Jay White has won 8 bouts already here in 2024. 19 singles wins in his career. He's been a singles champion around the world. We know that.
Yes. Dante, though, elevates
stuff
the
from
Tijeras,
Dante.
takes down Jay White. And Jay White takes himself out of play, trying to take himself out of the range of Dante Martin.
These guys spend a lot of time on the floor here. I guess the match takes you where it goes.
It certainly does, but look at Dante springing off, and now elbow strike as Jay White smashing.
What does Dante have in mind here?
This is the range of Dante Martin.
From the middle.
Let's go, baby!
A middle.
Leaping through the ropes. Very short lead up to that one, Tony.
Yeah, Dante Martin's got a lot of fire, a lot of spirit, and he'll put himself on the line each and every time. It doesn't matter how close it is, where we are in the ring. And I'm telling you, Jay White, I believe in momentum, guys. I really do. And I know Dante Martin's got 89 AEW wins.
Whoa.
But
Dante
Jay White
Martin
right now,
just
part of the Unified
lighting it
Trios
up right
champs.
now.
They are red hot, he and the Guns.
But
you got to wonder, is Jay White looking to get back into singles contention, looking to challenge for the AEW championship?
I don't think there's ever enough gold for the Bang Bang Gang as Jay White elevates Dante Martin. And
here we go. Let's get it back in the ring,
nice
boys.
corner kick from Dante there.
That kick, Dante, so sure-footed. Now looking
He's gonna
perhaps
hit a
for a
springboard.
Jay White recognizes it.
Oh, beautiful blocking counter from
Dante
Jay White.
going head first into the ropes, crash landing, and fans stick with us in picture. Can Dante Martin continue?
All right, so as we go into commercial, obviously the big story right now is what happened with Kenny Omega just a little while ago with the Elite. That's going to be dominating the story. The conversation around it should be, it has made AEW very, very, very interesting. How is Kenny Omega going to be able to recover from this attack from the Elite? Will he be back next week on Dynamite, to flex his EVP power and gain some revenge against what the Young Bucks and Jack Perry and Kazuchika Okada just did to him a little while ago to close out Dynamite and lead into Rampage? Very smart as well. I mean, I think it was smart, but I mean, in hindsight, if you think about it, what they were trying to do is close out Dynamite and keep people interested for Rampage, which I'm sure it did because they led with the attack still going on to start the new show. However, if you think about it this way, the people that were watching Dynamite, a good portion of them are going to watch Rampage as well. But then again, you also have to consider it is a Wednesday evening. People have work in the evening. They don't want to be up this late. So maybe they put Rampage on the DVR. But then again, leading in from Dynamite to Rampage with that angle, smart in that aspect as well. So there's a lot of good positive things that they've done with this. Again, ultimate thing is it's a very serious angle, very dramatic, very intriguing, captivating, and it's very entertaining. It doesn't insult your intelligence, doesn't make you feel like you're watching a children's program. It just makes you look like you're watching a sport, a competition with some dramatic storyline behind it. It's just very good stuff. I hope Kenny is not too hurt. I hope, because I heard some of the conversation was that AEW might be rushing Kenny back just to get some ratings pop and stuff like that. I hope he's not in a position where he feels like he has to rush back and possibly do some further damage, because the diverticulitis stuff is very, very serious. It's basically, his intestines are shot. Everything he said about the colostomy bag is very true. He can rupture his colon. They might have to take a piece of his colon, a piece of his intestinal tract or lining, stuff like that. And the blunt force trauma thing is very real too. It's basically, his intestines and everything, they're like paper thin. So any shot to the gut can tear, send internal bleeding, and that's not good. You know, as he said in the promo, he was 24 hours away from potentially dying. And that's something we definitely would not want for Kenny Omega as we head back to the ring.
Broadcast AEW Rampage here on TBS. We are live from the Canada Life Center, Winnipeg, Manitoba, as Jay White, Dante Martin going one-on-one. Tony Schiavone joining myself, Excalibur, as well as Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. Jay White has been in control for the last few moments, Daddy Magic.
He certainly has been right there. As you see the tight chin lock on Dante Martin. Nowhere to go. Take a look at the crowd here tonight in Winnipeg. They've been awesome all night.
It's been a great crowd, and I think we could say for Jay White that he is probably as complete a pro wrestler as you're going to find. Everything he does with such precision, and he's showing us why here tonight.
And you know, this crowd has been great all night. Every time we come to Winnipeg, but I believe they are still stunned, still reeling from the attack. Multiple attacks on Kenny Omega. We will provide an update when
Dante back to his
we are able to. But Dante Martin connects that drop kick on the point of the chin of Jay White.
Dante trying to muster something up here. He's trying to stay in this thing.
But Dante's trying to
Jay
gain
White,
some energy.
1/3 of the unified AEW World Trios Champions. A title that was denied Darius Dante Martin in Action Andretti this past Saturday at Collision. As
my thing is,
Dante
if you saw Shibata and Jericho chopping the shit out of each other for 5 minutes in their match, why would you have any sort of chopping in your match?
Dante vaulting over the ropes. The Gaman Gary staggers Jay White.
This guy's real slippery.
A big crossbody. 2 and no.
Dante's been looking for that one the whole match here. Finally nailed it.
Tony, Dante Martin, a very elusive competitor, maybe slipping through the grasp of Switchblade Jay White.
Yeah, he's wrestling a very, very solid match here.
Doesn't take much, though.
As the boot of Jay White in the hand of Dante Martin. As Jay White, though, in the ropes.
What a clothesline to send Jay White to the outside of the ring. This is where Dante is the most comfortable.
Going back to the floor here, guys.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action outside of the ring. And I
did not expect it.
But I think Dante recognizes that, knows that inside the ropes is where he's best suited. But Jay White, look at that.
Oh, what a Uranagi from Jay White.
Uranagi. Jay White was just
that was crazy.
Lying in wait for that one, Tony. The cover, and Dante able to kick out.
I thought he was going to hook him for a crucifix right there. Coming out of the pin. Didn't happen. That shows the toll Jay White's taking on Dante Martin right here.
Now Jay White maybe poised for that sleeper suplex. Dante.
Oh,
Dante
man.
Knew it was coming, tried to fight his way out of it.
Man, the
More
chops tonight, boys.
But Jay White punishing Dante for doing so.
There you go. Use the forearm.
Dante.
This match way more of a slugfest than I expected, I got to say.
Yeah, Dante, I mean, still one of the youngest members of the AEW roster, still really filling out his frame and really doing so before our eyes.
This has been a real rivalry between the two. It started with that Casino Gauntlet match a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yes, it did, as we touched on at the very beginning.
Yeah, it looks like Dante got the brief upper hand. He's going for a springboard leap.
Up and
a double jump.
He's got him. The legs are hooked.
He hit him with the nosedive for a 2
kicking out.
And 9-9. Nosedive for 2.99.
As the waist lock, Dante maybe thinking German suplex, maybe thinking half and half there.
Halfer, a little halfer.
No.
Great counter, great counter.
Suplex, Jay White.
Right on the back of the neck.
Man, Jay White, again, precision.
Oh, Blade Runner. He spiked him with the Blade Runner.
Thanks for coming.
Here is your winner, Switchblade Jay White. It looked like that Dante landed on the top of his head on that.
Was it the top of his head? Was his forehead?
Oh, man.
Whatever it was. It was another in a series of rough landings.
A series of
Why does he have 3 belts?
Right.
For Dante Martin as Switchblade Jay White, 1/3 of the unified AEW World Trios Champions, victorious tonight on Rampage.
How about this, the Bang Bang Gang, huh? Maybe the best music in all of AEW.
But wait.
It
Jay
was
White.
You're right. I know. Okay. I know. All right. It's over.
Jay White is acknowledging the effort.
Great.
Dante Martin.
Looks like he's found a rival, somebody he respects. Wants to help him up.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No?
Well,
yeah, there you go.
That's a little fishy, no?
I would agree, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is
It was a good
great
match.
Fourth battle between Jay White
know.
and Dante Martin.
So maybe this is no.
Right.
No. There we go. Oh.
Jay White.
Come on, play the song.
Look at that. It was like a Death Rider.
The bell completely unnecessary. And
That almost looked like a Death Rider.
the associate action Andretti comes to the ring, but too late. As the damage has already been done.
Is that like a little shot?
I love it.
Jay White with the parting shot. Very self-satisfied.
That looks like almost like a
Let's
Paradise
go
Ship
back to
Death
the newest
Rider.
member of our broadcast
Jerry.
team, Arkadiora, standing by.
Guys, I'm here with Deonna Purrazzo, and last week we saw you attacking Thunder Rosa after losing to her. I guess my only question is, why?
Why? Why what? You know what? I have a question for you. When is enough enough? I'm not just a random girl who walked in and became all elite. I've been at this for 12 years. I am a former 5-time world champion. I am the virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, and after last week, I'm starting to feel like myself. It's about time the entire locker room starts to feel me too. If Thunder Rosa doesn't want to heed my advice, if she wants to make this personal, oh, we can make this personal. Do you know what happens when you make things personal with a Jersey girl?
No.
I hope you never find out.
Hey, now hit him with the
just made-
Tony Soprano there. This is really cool. What's cool about AEW right now? Potentially, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but potentially, if you lead into the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, you could throw in 3 women's matches on there. Willow, obviously Willow and Mercedes, or Julia could be a part of that in some way. You got Statlander as well, involved in the situation. So you could do a mixture of, okay, we could do Julia and Stat, Willow, Mercedes, Thunder Rosa, Deonna Purrazzo. Then you also have Serena Deeb and her situation with Toni Storm. So they have a really, really good grasp of giving depth to the women's division, and there's a lot of main stories, a lot of sub stories. So it's not like they're throwing all their eggs in one basket and just putting it, for the main titles of the women. They're giving other side stuff too, like Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa. So I think that is very smart. Very good match between Jay White and Dante Martin of Top Flight. Only thing I'm kind of concerned about is, of course, we all think that Jay White should be treated as a bigger deal in AEW. He's turned around my opinion about him and the Guns in the Bang Bang Gang. In the beginning, I wasn't really feeling it. Just felt like the Guns were like 2 frat brothers. Jay White didn't want to be there, and Juice Robinson was like the crazy, maniacal person that just didn't make any sense. But they've turned it around. They've been very entertaining. I think they're great as champions. I didn't enjoy the combination with the Acclaim. I didn't see the point in that. Even if it was a ploy to turn their back on them, it took a little too long. And again, you could have done some more interesting things than tried to infiltrate the Acclaim. I mean, it's not like anything big here. We're not talking about the NWO. We're talking about the Acclaim and daddy ass. So it's just, that's the situation. But again, to remind you guys, tomorrow there'll be no stream, but make sure you pay attention to social media, especially things like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All of the short form clips that I have put together from this stream in particular will be broken down, and all the important bits will go on those platforms. The new episode to the podcast is up now. It's available on all podcast platforms and YouTube in their podcast tab on the YouTube page. You can just hit ! New EP in chat if you're listening. But the announcement link is right there. So if you're watching this VOD on Twitch, you can access it very easily. If not, if you're watching a VOD on demand via YouTube. Just go to linktree.com/ringside rundown, and that'll take you to our links on every platform we're available. Here's Roosh.
Lucha libre. La dinastía Muñoz está reflejada por disciplina, la disciplina que mi señor padre nos heredó. I became the first ever Mexican to be Ring of Honor World Champion. Now, I am known as the most hated man in Mexico. You not recognize what people like Roosh is superior to you. And if there is a price to pay, you will have to pay. I am El Toro Blanco Roosh.
Toro Blanco
and you will put respect to my name. Respect to my name!
Well, Roosh, a dominant return to action this past weekend on Collision. Big things in store for him. And right now, Renee Paquette is standing by. Take it away, Renee.
Guys, I'm here with Big Bill. Bill, you've made it abundantly clear that you would like to be under Chris Jericho's learning tree. Why at this point in your career does that feel like the right fit?
Renee, I believe, and I've always believed, that I have all the tools necessary to make it to the top of this industry. The one thing that's always been missing is the proper guidance. Now, I think Chris Jericho, he's the guy to give me that guidance. He's the guy that's going to help me reach my fullest potential. Chris Jericho is going to be the guy that takes me to the promised land. So, Chris, I proclaim to you one more time. Teach me learning tree.
Hi, guys. Listen, Big Bill, I heard what you said, but first of all, I want to thank Shibata. He's a great pro wrestler. He beat the crap out of me. Look at my chest, how red it is. But I was able to retain the For the World Championship with the fans of my hometown cheering me on. It just gets louder and louder every single week. And Big Bill, the way that you were cheering me on and how you were rooting for me tonight made me think and made me realize that you're right. So I would love to take you into the Jericho Vortex and make you a part of the learning tree, if you'll have me.
Chris, you will not regret this decision. This is going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made. I will not let you down.
I know you won't let me down, Big Bill, just like the great fans never let me down. And now with the big redwood by my side, the learning tree will hold the For the World Championship for a long time to come. Thanks, guys.
Smarmy reaction there by Chris Jericho, but let's take you back.
3, 2, 1, go.
To earlier tonight at Dynamite, where Swerve Strickland and the rest of us learned that Christian Cage would be the man to challenge for the AEW World Championship at Double or Nothing. It was just a brutal assault by Christian Cage and the rest of his family. And right now, the AEW World Champion is standing by. Let's hear from him.
Christian, you chose to tag with me at Wembley Stadium because you know what kind of man that I am. Seems like you've forgotten something too. I'm about to remind you and the rest of the family who the hell I am. Next week in Dynamite, we're gonna have a little talk. This time, I'm not gonna be alone.
I'm assuming he's going to bring the rest of Mogul Embassy with him. Totally.
And turn out that dreadlock daddy match. I mean,
the other guy.
Swerve was lucky not a piece of his scalp didn't
Bishop
come with
Khan,
it.
Yeah,
Brian
no question.
Cage.
I mean, Christian making it personal right off the bat.
Right now we're going to see Kyle O'Reilly, one of my favorite professional wrestlers, taking on Suka, Rocky Romero. Should be a good match.
Interesting that Swerve said I
We got a veteran in Rocky Romero.
What's that all about? What is that all about? Well, you need troops with you when you go up against
BJJ
Christian Cage, when you know
Muay Thai
Christian's the building.
practitioner.
That is
almost
for damn sure.
It takes more than just Prince Nana to lost the back of the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland.
So this should be a very fun match.
Take a look at Kyle O'Reilly here.
Yeah, on paper, this looks like it will be a great
professional wrestling match. And let's go back to the ring in the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing 176 pounds, Asuka Rocky Romero.
You know, at the end of Dynamite, I almost called Justin Roberts the rated PG superstar.
That would be accurate.
But fans, this match, first time meeting inside AEW ring
Why does he wear
between
an
Rocky
eye
Romero
patch
and
if he
Kyle
doesn't
O'Reilly
need it?
one-on-one, but far from the first time these two men have crossed paths.
I mean,
both fixtures in the junior heavyweight scene in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Daddy Magic.
guys, I was partners with these guys 2 weeks ago on Rampage.
Yeah, we've seen these two guys together. We know they are great friends. We heard what Rocky said, that he wanted to go in the ring against his friends. And his friend like Kyle O'Reilly, look at this. Great takedown.
They get along well.
But you know,
let's see what happens here.
You know, either of these guys could vie for the international championship. We know that Will Ospreay's got that shot coming up at Double or Nothing, but a win here would, I would think, prevail those either one of these guys up the ladder.
They're doing
to
a little
maybe
bit
get
of
a shot at the
grappling
international title.
And most certainly with a
feel
lot of
each
shared
other
history.
out.
I mean, these men cross paths inside the Best of the Super
As
Juniors
commentary has
tournament.
noted,
And Daddy
they
Magic,
are
as you
very good
mentioned,
friends with each
in the
other, so they
in the
kinda
tag
study
team
each
victory, the
other
Trios
enough to know
victory a
what
couple
the other
weeks
person's
ago
doing.
over the
They're
Undisputed
kind of
Kingdom.
trading
Yes,
arm
sir.
ringers.
That is correct. They know each other very well. Good
Wrist
friends.
locks.
We're going to see how they mix it up here tonight.
You know, O'Reilly in control of the wrist of Rocky Romero, but Romero, I mean, almost O'Reilly's equal as far as technical wrestling. O'Reilly employs a lot more of that mixed martial arts style, whereas Rocky Romero likes to use that llaveo, the Mexican submission wrestling, that lucha libre influence.
Yeah, you know, Rocky talked about being a champion. Of course, he
Really
was
good
the
stuff so
CMLL
far.
World Historic Welterweight Champion, a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and a IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion as Roppongi Vice. And I guess now
They never
break
talk about
Roppongi
his,
Vice up,
Well, I
right?
was going to say, like,
His tag team with
spoke to Rocky a little bit about it. I thought he'd take a harder line on
other guy.
Trent. He kind of wants the hands off.
Yeah, I mean, remember, it was
Alex
Trent and Rocky Romero as Roppongi Vice. I mean,
Right.
they were such a close tag team. And, oh, wait, look at that. Overcommitted for the arm drag. Did Rocky Romero, Kyle O'Reilly running off the back. Three-quarters roll, and he comes in high with the boot. But Rocky Romero electing not to take sides as
Which I kind of like it, you know?
now goes
I
into
thought
the
they were a
Jujikatame.
great
Could have him here.
They were
As
kind
Kyle
of
O'Reilly, good submission
my
defense. He linked up his hands,
introduction to
and now
pro
into the
wrestling.
ankle lock.
Just that quickly. Look at that.
I think there's something else we need to touch on. How about that odd reaction from Adam Copeland when he got congratulated by Kyle O'Reilly?
Well, O'Reilly, O'Reilly just ate the boot of Rocky Romero in his teeth, and now Rocky.
Kyle couldn't even rebound there.
And the tope sends O'Reilly into the barricade.
And Rocky's rolling.
And
Rocky's rolling.
Kyle O'Reilly, he wanted to make it clear as Rocky come in.
Oh.
No, O'Reilly caught him. And it's
Oh!
on the floor. Look at this.
Nice
Breaker.
Falcon arrow into an armbar on the
Come up here on the
outside
floor.
of
What
it.
are we doing, Kyle?
You're right.
And referee Rick Knox admonishing O'Reilly, trying to get this action back in the ring. We're going to try to regain control of this match in picture. Don't go anywhere.
All right, so they're going into picture-in-picture right now. So far, a pretty good match between Rocky and Kyle, as I expected. A lot of grappling and submission. They're both trying to work the arm of each other, so that's working out great. Both men are back in the ring. Looks like Kyle, again, is working the arm of Rocky Romero, trying to bring him down to the mat successfully. Has his arm hammerlocked behind him, keeping him grounded. Now he's working on the midsection, throwing some wicked elbows down and some knee strikes. Coming off the ropes with a sliding knee to the back, to the kidney area of Rocky Romero. So it definitely looks like Kyle O'Reilly, despite being good friends with Rocky Romero, is throwing a friendship out of the window. Right now he's got Rocky in the corner, and he's back to ringing the arm, this time bending it over his elbow, or his shoulder rather. And he's ringing it. Again, this is super smart. Kyle working the arm. He definitely is a limb worker in terms of his wrestling. Nice sliced bread coming off the ropes from Rocky Romero. But he really only has one arm. But now he's got a wrist lock on Kyle, but he can't properly keep it held because Kyle's been working his arm. Kyle fighting the grip, making sure Rocky can't get into the armbar by keeping his hands interlocked in an S grip. As Rocky tries to break the grip, he's got it broken, and there's the armbar. But Kyle wisely rolls his body to escape it, and Rocky, equally as wise, keeps control of the wrist. As you can see, both men are moving to the corner, and Rocky drives his knees, coming off the second rope, driving him down to the mat with Kyle's arm in hand. So again, both men have the same idea, which is work the arm of your opponent. Rocky right now chopping down Kyle O'Reilly. This is a super smart wrestling from both men right now. It looks like Rocky is the smarter one out of the group. He's got Kyle right where he wants him, just kind of playing with him now as Kyle's trying to fight back. Kyle's throwing arms, but he doesn't really have full force behind them as Rocky Romero keeps wringing the arm of Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle trying to fight back with the other arm, but again, it could be the muscle atrophy he suffered from his neck injury. I believe he had some sort of neck fusion surgery. I'm not too sure about that, so don't quote me on it, but we do know he was out for 2 years with a neck injury, and that severely hampered his ability to train, to work out in the gym. And I think it's smart. Rocky's probably targeting that. Either targeting that with the bad arm or the good arm. Either way, if it's the good arm's now turned into bad arm to equal the other bad arm. It's not a good situation for Kyle O'Reilly.
Going one-on-one here tonight on Rampage.
Absolutely. Two men who have been very, very close friends, very good friends. Rocky said he wanted this match against a man he respects. It's kind of broken down here a lot. You can see it's broken down again.
Look at these kicks. We're just going to exchange here, center of the ring.
And fans,
so strike exchange again. We have
Collision
one on
and
Dynamite
Rampage
between
return
Shabbat and Jericho.
live
Now
on
we have
Saturday,
one between
May
O'Reilly
11th,
and
back-to-back,
Romero.
3 straight hours. That is Saturday, May 11th.
Oh no, another back-to-back block next
and it'll
week.
be a special airing on TBS as Rocky Romero baited in.
Here we go with the Nigel.
Right in the face.
By the way,
Kyle
next
throwing
Saturday,
the Nigel.
We'll be live from Vancouver, British Columbia, the home of Kyle O'Reilly at the Rogers Arena next Saturday.
How about it? I'm loving these 3-hour blocks, guys.
You are.
I am too, Daddy Magic.
It's a great time. 3 hours of AEW television, no doubt about it. Referee Rick Knox putting down the count here.
Trying to be entertaining.
He's going to make it to their feet first.
Man, I'm telling you, both these guys have left it in the ring. I love seeing this.
Oh, man, don't you? Hold for hold, move for move, Tony.
It's what calls AEW. It's where the best wrestle. We mean that. We absolutely mean it. You've seen it each and every week on Wednesday and on Saturday.
Here we go.
Friday nights.
They're walking the tightrope up there, guys. Anything can happen.
Kyle O'Reilly following Rocky up, and Rocky, look at this.
Looking for that sliced bread.
Finds his footing on the
slice
top.
bread off the top. Oh, he hits it.
He's got to cover. He's got to cover.
Avalanche slice bread. Can Rocky take it? O'Reilly kicks out.
Woo. Love the effort by both these guys, man. Love it.
They both came to fight tonight.
And
take a look at this right here. The slice bread off the top. Kyle crashing down back of the head.
And remember, O'Reilly with that history of neck issues that almost ended his career. So, O'Reilly, though.
Those kicks.
Yeah,
so lethal.
Oh, look at that. Rocky he was shooting for a single.
There he goes.
O'Reilly
smash.
with a knee to the face.
He could be toast
The
here.
combination for O'Reilly. 2, and Rocky able to kick out.
Wow.
You talk about the
Kyle
neck
hit
injury.
him with that
Kyle
axe and
O'Reilly
smash,
missed
but
action
Rocky
for
was able to kick out.
647 days.
That's
My
incredible.
God, that is incredible.
Yeah, neck injuries, nothing to, you don't want to play around with those.
And somebody that knows about the severity of neck injuries is our TNT champion, the man that Kyle O'Reilly offered his support to in his battles with the House of Black. I'm talking about
nice
Adam
guillotine.
Copeland, but look at this. O'Reilly
turning it into
now
a double wrist
He's
lock.
got the body scissors on Rocky Romero as well as that arm.
Might be going
O'Reilly's
into a
doing a lot of damage to that left arm, Daddy Magic.
Certainly has. Rocky trying to reach for the ropes here.
Nice body switch from
nice.
Rocky.
Rocky,
Oh.
he lost the wrist for a second, but now, he's got the Jijikatame.
Yeah, trying to mess up that
match
spot.
Excalibur. Look at
Back
this.
And forth.
And both men exchanging holds now.
Cover.
That pinfall attempt
O'Reilly's
arms
out.
weren't
Can't help
down.
but
His
think if Rick
shoulders
Knox
weren't
was in
down all the
position
way.
there, that could have been it.
Rocky now
Backslide.
backslide. Two, deep cover. But O'Reilly able to kick out Rocky immediately. Looking for that Kimura. The double wrist lock.
But
as
Kyle's
it were.
got a grip
But
on his
O'Reilly-
trunks.
He's
Oh, there it
tights
is.
almost to try to block the hold.
What a struggle, man. What a match
This
we're
is
seeing.
really, really smart
As
wrestling.
O'Reilly now down to the mat. Rocky Romero's got it in deep. This could be it.
He's got that Kimura good,
No,
but Kyle
O'Reilly
fights out.
transitions. He's got the covered in.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Countered the Kimura lock into a
You to match
roll
like
up.
this, Excalibur, that something could happen, a slip up or
That is
something, and someone could
that's
get a quick
grappling
win.
101. That's pretty
As
good.
the old cliche goes, all it takes is 3 seconds. Kyle O'Reilly, your winner. And let's go back to Arcadior once again.
Saraya, Harley Cameron, we actually did not have this scheduled. You demanded to speak, so the floor is yours.
I mean, how could we not after that disastrous performance by Mariah? I want to say May, is it?
May. Oh, do you know what we should call her?
What?
Tiny Storm.
That's a great idea because you know what? Losers breed losers. And I beat Tony Storm. I did. I was the champ at the time, too. And you know, she is her illegitimate daughter, so she's quite the chip off the old box.
Oh, and you know what, Tiny? Since you enjoy quitting so much, why don't you do it all over again? Wednesday on Dynamite with, I don't know, me.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like they say, what's old is new.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is new was once old.
Yes.
And you know what was old can't be new because it's already old. Yes.
Exactly.
And can't be old because it was once new.
All right, stop, enough. And Tony, don't tell us to keep our tits out. We got that covered. Let's go. Let's go. Excuse me.
Okay. Harley
Ladies and
Cameron is very entertaining. Well, a bit weird, a bit unhinged, but rather entertaining. But again, Kyle O'Reilly picking up the win with a roll-up against Rocky Romero. A super, super technical grappling match. Both men working the arm of their opponent, trying to soften them up for armbar submissions, Kimura locks, stuff like that. Really, really good stuff from both men. And again, Kyle O'Reilly picks up the win with a roll-up and a leg capture. So good stuff. Again, this is a double block stream. We had Dynamite earlier, and now we're watching a little bit of Rampage. I think we're down to one more match, and that's between Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue and a Manitoba Massacre. Whatever the fuck that is, it should be pretty interesting. But a solid block of AEW programming tonight. Obviously, the big story is going to be the return of Kenny Omega to AEW in his hometown of Winnipeg, getting absolutely decimated by the new elite, Jack Perry, Kazuchika Okada, and Kenny Omega's former best friends in the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. They really did a number on Kenny Omega, who's been out, who is not medically cleared to be physical or medically cleared to wrestle in the ring because he is suffering from diverticulitis. And he's been informed that the best course of action is for him to wear a colostomy bag. For those that don't know what a colostomy bag is, it's not a pretty picture. My grandfather, when he was alive, he suffered from colon cancer where he had to use a colostomy bag for a good portion of his life. And it's not a pretty thing. They told Kenny, I mean, it could be anywhere from a couple of months that he has to wear one to maybe a year longer. It could be for the rest of his life. The thing is, he has to do it now because if he doesn't, his intestines, his colon, anything in his stomach right now is basically a ticking time bomb to something worse that can happen. And if by miracle they catch it again, if it happens, he's going to have the colostomy bag put in anyway. So the best course of action, I guess, is to do the procedure now, try to rehab, try to get better. But again, he gets attacked by the elite, and it's not a light attack either. He caught a chair shot to the gut. He got beat down by everybody in the elite, including an EVP trigger from his former best friends in the Young Bucks. Then, before he can get loaded into the ambulance, the elite attack FTR, who were there to try to help Kenny. They get attacked, and Kenny gets dumped off the gurney before he can get into the ambulance. So, really, really dramatic stuff that is very intriguing, very interesting. This is the stuff that AEW should be doing from the get-go. is focusing on real dramatic storylines that people won't feel insulted by, like their intelligence. Because I would assume the majority of AEW fan base that really watches the program and really enjoys it, they're probably older, you know, so they don't want the campy, cheesy entertainment. They want real life stuff like this. But we have the Undisputed Kingdom.
End of this month at Double or Nothing, your international title's on the line against Will Ospreay.
Jeez, not Lexi. Can we, like...
Actually, it would be Renee.
You're not Renee either, short stuff, all right? Can we get to more pressing issues? Next Strong has been trending worldwide for over a week now. And I find that disrespectful, because the guy wearing a neck brace says he's too hurt to travel. Meanwhile, this man right here, a wrestling legend, would take his neck brace off, get in the ring, and win a match over and over and over again. This man is truly Neck Strong.
Oh, thank you for that, Tam. You're welcome. I appreciate
Neck
it.
Strong makes me
Billy
really
boy.
uncomfortable.
So you retired the Tiger Driver 91? It's dead? Well, then you better resurrect it, because you're dealing with the Messiah. And the assassin is going to need every bullet in his chamber. And as we celebrate the 5-year anniversary of AEW, we look back to where it started, what has happened, and where it stands. But where does AEW go from here? Where? We decide that. At Double or Nothing, Will Ospreay, you will fall to the Messiah of the backbreaker.
Roddy's getting better in his promos.
Ladies and gentlemen, in your Rampage main
I gotta give him that. His promos are getting a lot better. They can still use a little work, but they've gotten drastically better. More concise, more to the point, straightforward. It doesn't stray or go crazy. He realizes the main point and sticks to it, which is really good. Sky Beezy,
No
Sky
shortage of
Blue,
history between Sky Blue and our TBS
Chicago,
champion Will
Illinois.
Nightingale. It has come to this
Fantastic
Manitoba
member
massacre,
of
as
the
you heard
women's
Justin
division.
Roberts say. Balls count anywhere, anything
The depth
goes,
of
no
the AEW
disqualification
is very good.
for the TBS championship.
And I'm liking that they kind of use them. Like I said, they could really do something
is
sort
the
of out of the box.
TBS champion
To 4 women's matches on the pay-per-view card at Double or Nothing. I think it'll be smart. It'll be great. It'll get AEW a lot of goodwill. It'll show them that they care about their women's division. Oh, they're already fighting. Again, it's a Manitoba match. Basically, anything goes. No holds barred. Weapons are being used. And Willow is got Sky Blue against the barricade. And just clotheslines her and tries to dump her over the barricade.
That's right.
And
If
just
Sky
basically
Blue,
has to lift
to
her
your
up
point,
and do
Daddy Magic,
something.
if Sky Blue wins this match, if she wins the TBS championship, it'll be Sky Blue and Mercedes Moné at Double or Nothing.
Huge.
So this is for the TBS championship. Both women are in the crowd right now.
Sky not backing down, not shying away from this fight, this Manitoba massacre. First of its kind, Tony.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. These two girls, I'm telling you, Sky Blue has certainly changed. I mean, drastically, a stark change from what she once was.
Yeah. Question.
What's Willow got in mind
here?
here?
Falls count anywhere, right?
Falls count anywhere. It's anything goes as Sky Blue sent head first into the barricade.
That means we're talking you submit on the floor, you're done. You get pinned on the floor, you're done.
Right.
That's what
falls count anywhere.
Willow
Be clear here.
got her head whipped into the top of that barricade by Sky Blue as Sky
She's on top of the barricade here.
Sky climbing up.
Willow's got a chair.
Gets her footing on the
Now she got her hands up.
She tried to at least, and now Willow looking to end it.
She got her hands up, which
Willow
is
almost
the right
drew her
thing
in
to
there.
do, except there was too much space.
Willow Nightingale.
So she didn't even make
with that
impact
chair,
with the
Sky. Got the hands up, but the power of Willow swinging through.
Now Willow's looking to plunder on the.
Yeah, guys, I can't help but feel Willow is at home in this type of environment.
Well, she's a fighter,
right? We've seen her in these matches a handful of times now, and every time, a real nut job, this Willow. I'm telling you.
New and creative ways to inflict punishment on her opponent, but the same can be said about Sky Blue as well, Tony.
Yeah, but you know, we heard from
It's like
Willow,
poor Cheesecake's
she was
chair.
fine. We heard her on Dynamite, and then of course Sky Blue said
That's
what
where
she
he sits
said.
and does
Sky
his
Blue
job.
has kind of become, since being look at this,
since being under Julia Hart, kind of like a little bitch, right? Wouldn't you say?
A little bitch.
Oh my God, Tony.
Well, that's the way she's been acting.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tony Schiavone, what?
It's gonna flip you. What's happening?
Oh!
Wow!
And fans are many.
No water in the
Massacre
pool.
continues in picture. Don't go anywhere.
No water in the pool for Willow Nightingale, who tried to do a flipping senton off the apron into a seated Sky Blue on a chair. Sky Blue got it out of the way. All she got was chair. As you can see right here, if you're watching the replay in picture, daring move from Willow Nightingale. Sometimes those daring moves don't pay off. That's why they call it high risk. Sometimes the high risk gives you no reward. But Willow's back to her feet. She's got a trash can lid in her hand. She's attacking Sky Blue. Gives her a shot to the back. It looks like Sky Blue is already busted open. So we got a wee bit of violence here. Poor Sky Blue. Every time she's in these hardcore matches, she's been getting busted up. I think she's developed a taste for self-masochism. As she goes for the cover, but Willow kicks out. She might be the John Moxley of the women's division. With the amount of times that she bleeds. But she definitely gives you the aura of that nobody makes her bleed her own blood, because it seems like she gets more violent. As you can see, she's got her foot on the throat of Willow Nightingale in the corner, who's still in a standing position. And yes, Sky Blue is just aggressive. She is just downright mean right now, which is perfect. This is kind of what you want to see out of someone like Sky Blue, who's typically looked at as smaller. You know, before she linked up with Julia Hart, she was just like the nice girl from Chicago, you know, who had some pretty cool moves. Ever since she got misted in the face and became this darker character, she's definitely turned it on and has done a fantastic job. One of the better parts of AEW, as Willow Nightingale just picks her up and dumps her on the seat of a chair. If I was Willow, I'd be going straight for that gash that's on Sky Blue's forehead. Really open it up. Really show that Willow Nightingale, sure, she's nice. She's happy-go-lucky. She's dancing. She's always waving, jazz hands, spirit fingers, all that good stuff. But when the bell rings and she needs to turn on the intensity, the anger, you know, that fire, she can do so. And she can be mean if she needs to be. She can be, you know, brutal in a sense. Now Sky Blue has a chair. Now she's throwing chairs in the ring. But both women are still on the outside. They're still battling on the outside there. Sky Blue with a thrust kick to the face of Willow Nightingale. And Willow Nightingale goes down like a sack of bricks. She's not even fighting back. Now Sky Blue is looking for other stuff underneath the ring. Let's see what she's looking for. Oh, another trash can lid. How surprising. Another trash can lid. Let's go back to commentary.
Blue. And the champion, Willow Nightingale.
Oh, a pounce.
Wow.
Why do they
Daddy
leave the
Magic,
trash
ring
can
has
lids
been filled with
underneath the
chairs
ring?
by the champion, Willow Nightingale.
It's a mess out here, guys. Anything can happen.
Willow drives Sky Blue to the corner.
And remember, this is her former friend, Tony Sky Blue.
Yes. The championship hangs in the balance.
It's a woman that Willow traveled with. She spent time with. They shared rooms together. They shared meals together.
And it's come to this.
She's going to be looking for a cannonball here.
Oh! Sky Blue just launches a
Just
chair
rocketed that
into
chair
Willow
to the
Nightingale's
face.
face.
Champion now. Sky the cover. 2 and Willow kicking out.
Willow kicks out after
And
that
yes,
thrust
that
kick
is
to the
blood
face.
on the head of the challenger, Sky Blue. She was opened up by something that happened on the floor.
I mean, these two fighting all over the arena. They've done it all here tonight. I can't believe that wasn't a 3 count
Reminder
right there.
that this is for the CBS Championship.
And what else could she find under that?
We got a smaller bag. I'm pretty sure those are thumbtacks.
Bring a bag of hockey pucks earlier. I don't think there's any hockey pucks in there.
Doesn't appear to be.
And you know, Tony, that the CEO of Mercedes Moné watching this.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
That's right.
Here we go.
This thing at this point.
My
We're 4
God.
weeks away from Double or Nothing. They're going to be ready to go. I don't know.
Yeah, remember, the winner of this match will be the TBS champion. They will have Mercedes Moné, the CEO, waiting in the wings. Mercedes will challenge for that TBS championship at Double or Nothing.
Yes. We got thumbtacks under there.
Someone's got to take the thumbtacks out of the rear end before this thing's
like a cheeky
Sky
Mando
Blue
stick.
slips between the legs of Willow.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God.
Kick. Sky thinking powerbomb onto the tax.
The last thing you want, guys. Power bomb into the tax.
Oh!
Good Lord.
Sky Blue just
That's
launches
twice
a
now.
chair in Willow's
A chair
face.
right in the face.
As Sky Blue, with the tax embedded in her boots, trying to find her footing on the ropes. That's very
I think
difficult.
Willow's
Danny
got
Magic.
her. Willow!
Oh! Willow Nightingale with a fisherman buster onto thumbtacks.
Into the tax and cover two. And
Sky Blue kicks out.
Wow! I think there may be more tax embedded in Willow
That was amazing.
than Sky, but
Willow said
That
she
was
just went for
amazing.
it.
that inside leg hook, that brainbuster on the ropes.
What's she looking for now? Take a look right here.
Oh.
It's an avalanche fisherman's bomb, excuse me, and now Willow setting up the table.
Both ladies into the tax. What a fight, guys.
What a fight, what a main event tonight.
This is intense. This is a really good main event.
What a 3-hour block
If
it's
you
been.
stayed up to watch this one, you
There
should
you
be
see
pretty
next week on
happy.
Dynamite.
These
Talking about
ladies are bringing
explosion.
kudos to them.
Another chair.
Chair to the midsection as now
For that
Code Blue.
looking for Code
Block
Blue. Willow
Code
shrugs
Blue.
her off. Boot to the midsection.
Willow just straight body slam onto the chair.
On the chair.
What's Willow got in mind?
As Willow to the
Looking
top.
like a top rope. She's looking for a top rope moonsault. Oh, again, no
the knees
water in the
midsection
pool.
onto the chair.
Oh.
The
She
knees hit
lands
real
right
hard.
into
You're
a
right,
chair.
Excalibur.
This is your chance, Sky Blue.
Is this the opening Sky Blue needed?
What a fight.
This is her opportunity now.
Oh my God, Willow's spent. She can't even
Sky Blue's
stand.
come close so many times.
Why
Going
is
to the
Sky Blue on the
outside.
outside? With
Is
more
Sky Blue-
weapons?
What hasn't been introduced into this match?
What else is on
Oh
here?
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Who's building this thing?
The barbed wire board.
Somebody built
Oh,
that and put it
no.
under there.
Brother. I mean, both ladies have tacks all over them right now. Now
This
there's
is
going to be
insane. She
barbed
just pulled
wire.
out a piece of plywood, draped it on the
Big elbow
table,
strike, Sky
and
Blue.
there is barbed wire
kick to the side of the
attached
At
to
that
the
time,
table.
Willow almost went head
This
first
is insane.
into the barbed wire. Did you see that?
Sky, maybe think of Dead Valley Driver here. Does she have the power to get Willow up, though?
That's the question.
got in
Good
mind.
question.
Oh, wait.
Got a gut
Oh,
wrench here.
a gut wrench bomb.
Holy Spain with the... In the barbed wire! 2, 3! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, jeez. What have we seen?
A gut wrench power bomb off the apron through a chair or through a table that had plywood.
It's going to take a while
With
for both
barbed wire
ladies to heal
attached.
after this. I can tell you that.
Wow.
Whoa! You got 4 weeks time, Willow.
That
What a
was
match, what an effort
insane.
by both women. And have we seen the end of the rivalry between Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue? I don't know.
I hope
But what
not.
we do know for
I
sure
hope not.
is that on Sunday, May 26th, Willow Nightingale remains the TBS
I
champion,
hope not.
and she will
'Cause-
have Mercedes Moné, the CEO,
Buddy. Wow.
across the ring as
What
a
a match.
challenger.
What a great night. What a great night.
What a
We
match.
look forward to seeing everybody on Dynamite in Edmonton on Wednesday.
That's right, one
What
week
a
from
match.
tonight, Dynamite live right here on TBS, and then Collision returns Saturday, May 11th, 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. Thank you for joining us. Fans, we will see you next week in Edmonton.
All right. So that, my friends, concludes the 3-hour block of AEW programming. We saw Dynamite and Rampage tonight. Dynamite was pretty good. Some good matches. Really enjoyed the Mariah May Serena Deeb match. And I got to give credit to credit's due. Like I said earlier, you guys know I'm not the biggest Chris Jericho fan. I'm probably Chris Jericho's biggest hater, but I can acknowledge when he's had an entertaining match. His match with Shibata, which is basically was a hardcore match for the FTW Championship, was pretty entertaining. Despite Jericho looking like absolute shit in those trunks, the match was pretty good, pretty entertaining. Obviously, the hot thing right now that they're going to be talking about is the attack on Kenny Omega from the Elite. Again, like I've been saying throughout the stream, I think what they did there was a perfect follow-up to Tony Khan being attacked. That was the big thing. We talked about it even on the podcast. Somebody had made the comment that said, the attack on Tony Khan by Jack Perry and the Elite was great. It's all about the follow-up and the follow-through. We got the follow-up out of the way tonight, and they stepped it up even better. So it's really good. Again, you hope that it's a situation that real life Kenny Omega didn't take a gamble with his health. Because diverticulitis, it's a very serious thing, and Kenny Omega's situation in particular is a very serious thing too, because like he said, the doctors did tell him that if it was 24 hours later than what he did when he came in, it could have been a very serious situation. It could have been life or death. And they also tell him that he needs to have a colostomy bag for it could be a couple months, could be a couple years, it could be a lifetime. There's no way that they can tell right now how long he would need it. He can't put it off, because if he puts it off, his intestines, his colon, basically his insides is like a ticking time bomb. And if that ticking time bomb goes off, if they catch it in time, that's good, but they're still going to have to put the colostomy bag in anyway. So rather not take the chance. This is what I'm guessing that they're doing. I'm hoping that they're doing. This is not set in stone. I don't know Kenny like that. I don't have the inside scoop. But what I'm hoping as a fan is he doesn't hurt himself. He gets the procedure done. Hopefully he can rehab it where he can heal up and he won't need it, and then he can come back. It's very smart that if he can't come back, that AEW uses him as an authority figure just to get him on the screen. Even him on the screen, talking on the mic, being Kenny Omega, adds value to the program. So him as a authority figure battling other authority figures like the Young Bucks, and then Jack Perry, you got Jack Perry, who's a piece of shit, who's just going to do whatever he wants to do regardless. It's a perfect recipe for some dramatic storylines that we can take with us to the end of the summer, basically, and then lead into something else. It's just really good. So credit to AEW tonight in terms of their block of programming. And who could forget the main event we just saw between Sky Blue and TBS champion Willow Nightingale. The women, anytime the women get a chance to do a hardcore based match, no DQ, whatever you want to call it, they always seem to over deliver. They always just knock it out of the park to a ridiculous level. So kudos to Willow, kudos to Sky Blue. The ending was phenomenal. It was great. So I'm really happy. I really enjoyed tonight's block of AEW programming. With that said, like I said, new episode of the Ringside Rundown was just posted this morning. It's available on all podcast platforms and YouTube. You can check it out by going to our Linktree website, linktree.com/ringside rundown. That's where you can get all the platforms that the podcast is available on. It's on all the major ones, plus a bunch of ones that you may never heard of, bunch of obscure podcast platform apps. So if you have a specific one that you use, it's probably in that list. If it's not, don't worry. Shoot me a message on social media. Social media-wise, we're available on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever a social media platform is, you can find us on there. Shoot me a message. Let me know, hey, I use this platform. Can you make sure that the podcast is set up and send me a link? I will send you a link and do so. So definitely check that out. We also have merch available And so for the rest of the week, there will be no stream tomorrow. Friday night stream for Friday Night SmackDown in Lyon, France. Saturday afternoon stream for WWE Backlash. And then Sunday we take the day off before we start the new week. Again, hit up all those social media sites, especially YouTube, which is going crazy right now. So shout out to all the people that have been supporting me on YouTube. Check that out as well. I'm going to get the editing of this stream, get some clips down for the TikTok, for the IG Reels, for the YouTube Shorts, all that sort of content creation stuff. Speaking of content creation, if you're a wrestling content creator, I am looking to collaborate with some content creators that deal with wrestling. Also network, I would like to find any sort of grinders, late night grinders that talk wrestling. Maybe they play a little bit of WWE 2K24. There might be some offshoot chance that they play AEW Fight Forever. And if they do so late night after WWE or AEW programming and they're still going to be live, I would definitely love if I build up enough of this community to be able to raid them out and help them expand their reach as well and do the same for me. That's what this is all about, is, becoming friends and helping each other out. So that's what we plan to do. I will see you guys again Friday night for SmackDown. Please check out the podcast. Please check out the links and all that stuff. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. I'll be back again. See you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.